number 1 in the state was on the line. The Super Sunday Championship was on the line. And, you know, St. Joe's was rated number 1 going into the game. And, you know, the game kind of lived up to the hype. It was, you know, what's become almost classic games when we play one another.
I have a lot of respect for Coach Bowers and the job he does, and the work ethic of the St. Francis team. There's, in the 2 years, in the 7 games we've played, there's only 3 goals separates the 2 teams. They're always great games. They're good battles on the ice, and a lot of mutual respect between the 2 programs.
In 1994, it was deja vu. Both teams again were the class of a more competitive league. But again, these two will battle it out for the Federation crown.
We had a 36-0-2 record before losing to them in league games. So, again, numbers are great, but you give me 5 or 6 competitive games a year like with the St. Joe's, and I'll take that and a couple losses any day over to the, you know, undefeated record.
And last year was kind of a dream season. We have played a little more competitive schedule this year, and because of that, our record has slipped just a little bit. But we still work hard, and we're still hoping very, very hard to repeat as champions of the Western New York Federation.
Adelphia Cable Sports presents the Western New York Federation Finals and Consolation Game. In Game 1, the Canisius Crusaders battled the Williamsville South Phillies for 3rd place. And in the finale, the St. Joe's Marauders will try and regain their Federation crown as they once again battle the St. Francis Red Raiders for King of the Hill. Next on doubleheader hockey action on Adelphia Cable Sports High School Hockey Game of the Week.
Welcome back, viewers, to the Buffalo State Ice Rink in Buffalo, New York. And we'll have the coup d'etat, the championship game here, the St. Francis Red Raiders taking on the St. Joe's Marauders. I'm Walter John Sears. I'll be the Iceman for this game, giving you some insightful interviews. Mark Jagger to my left will be the play-by-play man. Frank Stewart to my right. My 2 good friends and colleagues will be the color man, and it will be the St. Joe's Marauders and the St. Francis Red Raiders. Again, they'll battle it out for the Western New York Federation Ice Hockey Championship. And Frank, these 2 clubs, St. Francis and St. Joe's, have met a lot over the last 2 years.
Well, yes, they have, Walt. As you take a look at the screen, the St. Joe's Marauders and the St. Francis Red Raiders. 1994 on January 27th, it was St. Joe's 4, St. Francis 2. That was the last time these 2 teams met. Earlier in December of the season, St. Francis won a game against St. Joe's by a score of 2-1. You see how evenly matched these 2 teams are. Last year in the Western New York Championship, it was St. Joe's 4, St. Francis 2. And you see just how strong the 2 teams are. But when you talk about the St. Joe's Marauders, you got to start with number 4, and that, of course, is Tom Buckley, an outstanding talent. Look at the size of this guy. A senior, 6'2", 205 pounds. He plays the center position. He handles the puck for them, provides the leadership on the ice that is absolutely necessary for them to take a game away from the St. Francis Red Raiders team here this game in the championship. You see the season totals, and in the playoffs, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. He provides them with a tremendous leadership factor on the ice, and he is a big, big motivator.
Buckley, the key man for St. Joe's, but they're very loaded, Mark, with St. Francis has a lot of their own big guns to go to.
Right, they sure do. And, of course, one of the players that we have referred to in the past is Michael Pepp for St. Francis. He's a very big, positive role model for this team. He goes out there, he does everything at both ends of the ice. He hits hard, he scores, he's without question the team leader. And, of course, we have on defense, rock-solid defenseman number 15, Chad Spear.
Take a look at 6'2", 185-pounder. Great player, Mark.
Right, the junior out of the 2, as you said, 185 pounds, 6'2", a defenseman and a rock-solid D.
And in Western New York, he could also be considered for league MVP honors. He's that good, and there's a lot of speculation as to where Chad Spear might play next year, but he is the straw that really stirs the drink for St. Francis. He's their top player.
Right, and of course, Spear had scored the game-winning goal in the last contest, so they could be here today.
And Mark, I understand that you're very close to the situation in this game, this big contest between St. Joe's and St. Francis. You might have some scoops for us.
Well, I kind of give St. Joe's the edge only because they did win the regular season, and I think they have more seniors on the team, and I'm going to go with the seniors and the experience.
Well, let's take a look at the keys to this game. First with Frank Stewart, and we'll look at St. Joe's.
Well, of course, Buckley has to play extremely well in this contest. He is the big man on the ice. They're going to count on him to provide that leadership. They have to avoid stupid penalties. They can't afford to try and give St. Francis too many situational opportunities to take the game away from them via the power play. And, of course, they have to have a very, very strong goaltending game, as St. Francis has a very good netminder on their side of the ice, so St. Joe's player has to be equal to the task.
And the keys, Mark, for the other team.
Right, for St. Francis, we have play strong defensively, play better offensively, and win the goaltending battle. And this is a head-to-head match, what I believe will be Chuck Bronowski against Gene Bohanczyk. So we'll see how those former teammates make out.
And, of course, if you notice, the key for both teams is the goaltending battle. And in a championship game like tonight's game, goaltending always plays a big, big factor. Eugene Bohanczyk will start for St. Joe's. Charles Bronowski for St. Francis. They're both very, very good goaltenders. Let's take a look at the edge board. First, I'll take the goaltending. That's rated even between Bohanczyk and St. Joe's. Mark, the defense and the offense.
Well, we're going to give the edge on the defense to St. Francis, and that's probably because of, as we mentioned earlier, the rock-solid play, two-way play of Chad Spear, and also the offensive defenseman, Peter Radchuk. I think the two of them give St. Francis the edge on defense.
And the special teams and intangibles, Frank.
Okay, special teams will go with the St. Francis team because of their ability to handle the puck on the power plays and also a very good penalty-killing unit. But when you go with the intangibles, and that's really a big part of a game like this in the championship contest, you got to go with the senior team. As Mark mentioned earlier, seniors for St. Joe's, they could be the motivating factor out there. They want to end their careers in great fashion.
All right, we're all set, all three of us, to bring you all this hockey action. We'll come back and take a look at the starting lineups, the starting goaltenders. Championship game coming up between St. Francis Red Raiders and the St. Joe's Marauders, coming up next on Adelphia Cable Sports.
There's something I need you to give someone. It won't cost you anything or take a lot from you. It won't be difficult to give, at least most of the time. What it will be is special. That something is friendship. And that someone is waiting.
And we are back as they are resurfacing the ice. And we're going to take a quick view at the St. Francis locker room before we start this game.
So you got this winger hanging, okay? The defenseman gets tied up here. Our center stops his breakout route, and he goes down and he helps out. The defenseman now, instead of taking off on his route like this, is going to hold up, and he's going to take the point in. Okay? So it's all a read, guys. You're not just going to take off and make your long cut across the middle if this guy's tied up, okay? You're going to wait for the D-to-D pass or until this defenseman carries the puck around the net before you make this cut and this long break through the neutral zone. Either the defenseman, or if we can get it to the center, or to the winger who tips it to the center. Remember, with this guy breaking, even if you don't have that clear lane to him, you can always go behind their defenseman, and we're still going to be flooding that zone, going to the front. Okay?
There you see it again, the ice being resurfaced for the final time before we start this one. Mark Jaggard and Frank Stewart. Let's take a look at the Division I high school rankings from across the state, Mark.
Right, and we have a tie for first place here with Oswego and Canton. Oswego 18-1-1, only one loss, and Canton 22-2. Followed by number 3, Messina at 16-5-2, and there are two competitors for today at 4-5. St. Joe's 20-4 and St. Francis 24-2. Number 6 is Ithaca 15-4-1 and 7 Saratoga 15-3-4, and finally number 8 Shenandoah 16-4-3.
And we'll take a look now at the Western New York playoff scoring, and of course we'll start off with Mike Tepp, who leads all scorers with 3 goals and 4 assists, 7 points. St. Joe's has a Collins right there with 3 goals, 3 assists, and 6 points. You see St. Francis, St. Joe's, St. Francis, St. Joe's with Brazina and Buckley right there as well. And then you get Canisius, and then we go down to Crozier and Worth is for St. Joe's. So St. Joe's getting good scoring so far in the opening rounds of the playoffs leading up to this championship, Mark.
Right, looks like St. Joe's a little bit more balanced of the two teams, although we don't know how many players have 3 points or more. But top 4, as you said, Frank, it's St. Joe's and St. Francis. And let's go down to the St. Joe's locker room.
hundreds of hockey players like that. Every year, there's over 20 that can pull together and be a team. They're the team. Skill thrown up. Who can pull together? Who can be a team? Who can put all that other aside? Walk out.
And as we get ready to start the championship contest, this is Frank Stewart, and I'll be working the color along with my good friend Mark Jaggert and Walter John Sears. Mark will be calling the play-by-play. We'll be back with the opening face-off coming up next on Adelphia Cable Sports.
There are questions anybody can answer, and questions nobody can answer. Then there are all those questions in between. Important questions your academic, school, or public librarian can help you answer when nobody else can. Any questions?
And we'll take a look as you see the St. Francis Red Raiders and their final skates around their goaltenders. And we'll take a look at the opposite end first, and we'll look at the goaltender for the St. Joe's Marauders, and that is a junior, 5'11", 180-pounder, Gene Pohansik, a very fine netminder.
Right, Gene Pohansik will be the starting goaltender here, and a junior, as is Chuck Bronowski, 5'11", 180 pounds out of Buffalo. And there's a shot at Gene.
And we talked in our warm-ups and the keys of the game. He has to have a very, very strong game for them. He's got to play to the caliber and the level of Bronowski at the other end. Let's take a look now at Chuck Bronowski, who is in the net for the St. Francis team, a junior as well, 5'9", 145-pounder out of Buffalo, New York, Charles Chuck Bronowski, and he is an outstanding talent.
Right, we talked about Bronowski, and of course we had dubbed Bronowski and Breeden as our top goaltenders in last year's Super Sunday at the Southtown Club League, and here Chuck Bronowski is moving up to the Federation level, and he'll get the call here today.
There you see Chuck Bronowski with the final comments from their coach, and you heard some of those interesting remarks from both coaches, John Mickler, and, of course, the opposing coach, John Bowers, for St. Francis in the locker room. A unique feature for Adelphia Cable Sports. Hope you enjoyed that, as we gave you an opportunity to hear just what the coaches tell their young talent before they make their final preparations for the start of a championship game. They break their huddle now, and this one has the makings of an extremely tight and good contest.
Right, and since the Federation's inception, which I believe was 3 years ago, we have seen the same two teams in the finals, St. Joe's and St. Francis. So this is a three-peat as far as we're concerned. With last year, St. Joe's, I believe, won 5-3. And here's a look at our officials for today, Brian Panic and Chuck Seaver.
And they couldn't pick two better guys out there. They are veteran officials in Western New York Federation playing an awful lot of ice time. And that is the type of talent you want out there to call all the action for both sides.
Right, and that's Chuck on the left and Brian on the right.
A very, very loud facility here as we're getting the public address announcer with the starting unit out there for the St. Francis Red Raiders behind Chuck Bronowski. It's Reume and Pate, of course, who will be working along with number 22, Ryan Shanahan. They'll get the start along with teammates Peter Ratchick and number 12 out there as well, Chet Rice. So that's the starting unit for St. Francis is John Bowers, a very fine coach. He's got a lot of ice in his blood over the years as well.
Right, and there's his assistant, behind him to the right is Bob Porter, who has been with John for at least 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. They also coach together the Regals program, but I have been told by some of the players that they really enjoy the fine work by Bob Porter, just as a positive influence for these St. Francis kids.
And St. Joe's being introduced as well with Majerski Collins out there, along with the starting goaltender, Pohansik. And you see the coaching staff along the near side, the assistant coach, along with John Mickler, and everyone in the auditorium here being asked to stand and remove their caps. And we'll pause for a moment here and honor our country with the national anthem. adjusted for the final time. Let's take a look at the overall series record between these two teams. And again, it is that tight. You see the goals, the games from the previous game of January 27th. St. Joe's defeated St. Francis 4-2. John Mickler told me that was an incredibly close contest. You saw the previous game in the season. St. Francis defeated St. Joe's 2-1. In the last year's game, it was St. Joe's 4 in the championship over St. Francis 4-2. And then, of course, St. Francis did the deal the previous year 3-2. So these two teams, you can't get any better closely matched.
Right, and we're just about set to go here as the faceoff dropped at center ice. It's number 7, Goran, over to his partner. He'll dump it in. Ratchuk has it back in the zone. Ratchuk dumps it out. It's hit back in. It's a late offside. St. Joe's touches up. Ratchuk, dish pass to center ice. They'll shoot it in. It's intercepted. And Chet Wright and number 12 for St. Joe's chasing for the puck. A little scramble, no call on the play. And the puck goes up high, and we have a whistle. Faceoff will come outside.
St. Joe's with an early opportunity as they drove hard to the net. Player pulled down a little bit from behind on the play, but they didn't have enough control of the puck in the official's eyes to warrant a penalty call. He wasn't really going to get a good shot away from that position.
Again, an interesting situation here. I don't think either of these teams have had an opportunity, at least in the Buffalo area, to play on a rink of this size, so this could open up things. I expect a very low-scoring game as the puck is shot into the St. Francis end. It goes off the board, kept in by Buckley. Buckley dumps it to the corner to the left. Chasing him now is number 9, Tom Worth. St. Francis picks it up out of their zone. Boulder tries a centering pass to Brzezinski. He almost had him, but defense steps in front of him as Tom Buckley goes back, tries a backhand, that failed. And there's some bumping going down in the corner. And St. Joe's is able to clear. Here's a 3-on-2 for St. Joe's. Coming in on the left side. There's the centering pass to Buckley. He shoots. Oh, and it was a nice chance there by number 14, Tim DiGiulio. He just missed that, and we have a stoppage. And it looks like we may have our first penalty of the game.
Very much so, as we're going to get the call, though they lost the puck out of the rink, apparently, as it bounced up and over his shoulder. DiGiulio was set up beautifully by Buckley on the breakout. Look at this, as the puck is going to come right onto his stick. That's all he has to do is drive it past the goaltender. Bronowski did the split at the left leg out there and tucked the puck over into the corner.
St. Francis making a late change. That's Kevin Hansen coming off. Gary Panik set to drop the puck to Bronowski's left. There's the faceoff won by St. Francis. Spear back around behind his head. He keeps it on the right side to Buxton. He falls. St. Joe's clears it in on the delay. They tag up. Going back is Spear. Bronowski leaves it for him. He leaves it off the left board. Still in the zone. Pacionetti dumps it to the center. It's still loose. Number 8 is Buxton. He takes a bump, but it's kept in by St. Joe's in front of the net. Spear intercepts and clears it out. And number 7 is Goran for the St. Joe's team as he goes back and mishandles the puck. He takes a heavy hit from Maziarz, and the puck is loose down in the corner behind the St. Joe's net as Maziarz intercepts. Here's Maziarz looking. He comes out from the side, dumps it in front. No one can find a handle. Number 19, that's Buxton. He couldn't get a shot away. Looks like he was held up a bit. St. Joe's, Persetta, he takes a heavy hit from Spear. And the puck is knocked out of the arena, and we have no score. 13-12 we left to go in this first period.
And Spear coming up along the near boards here really did a job on Persetta, as he's going to come right into the penalty box scoring area. Just watch this as the player has his head down a little bit, and you see the hard bump and then back right at him. As Chad Spear goes right after Persetta for the St. Joe's team and nearly put him into the penalty box.
Chet Wright to Ratchuk. He dumped it into St. Joe's zone, and Kohanchik will stop it. It's over to Majerski, and out of play. Faceoff will remain inside.
Thus far, St. Joe's a little better territorial play in this contest, but St. Francis starting to really pump up a little bit. They're getting some good body checks. The crowd surrounding them, there's a lot of people on the near side of the St. Francis fans. You see them with the red hats on there. They are prepared and ready, and they are trying to motivate and inspire their team on the ice.
Frank, a tremendous turnout here as far as the spectators are concerned. It looks like a packed house. 13:02 to go. The faceoff is dropped deep into St. Joe's end. Number 22. That's Logan Windrum. He gets it around the boards to number 5, Richard Crozier. He's on the board. Dumps it to the middle. Breaking out of the zone. Right side, 21 is Majerski. He gains the blue line. Walks in, centers it to no one.
Okay, right, now let's get our feet going. Let's get our feet going. Pick the tempo up here now, Red. Pick the tempo up here.
Wide. Number 12 is Chet Wright, the only freshman in the game. Back around the net. Kenziora behind the net.
Open it up.
It goes to number 12, Collins. Collins can't move it.
We've got
There's a return pass to Cowan. Bernowski quick, and a takedown by number 9, Darren Rayom, in front of the net that obviously went by. Number 5, here's Radchuk. He's the offensive defenseman trying to get through, but Murphy won't let him go through. On the right wing boards there, St. Joe's takes a heavy hit. It's still in his zone. Here's a break, one-on-one. Oh, and he got the stick up high. That was Crozier got the stick up high. And here we go. It's St. Francis in their own end, over their own blue line. Over the red line, they dump it in. Kohanslik stops it behind the net. Number 11 for St. Joe's, that's Scott Berry. He's a sophomore. He dumps it on the right side. It's back behind the net. Number 11, there's a beautiful chance. Oh, and he missed it, and the rebound puck. They don't know where it is. It's a loose puck. Now it's behind the net. And DiGiulio comes up with it. He sends it out on the right boards, and Kalanick tries to send it back in, and it's deep check, and the puck goes down deep in St. Francis in.
You never see an opportunity as good as that from Mike Teff right in front of the net. Mike had the goaltender at his mercy, and he just couldn't slide it underneath. The sprawling Kohanslik.
Couldn't find the handle on that as the puck is tied up along the boards, and number 18, Mike Teff, comes off with it. There he is behind his net. He's looking to give a long pass. He's trying to hit, looks like it's offside for Zena, and they're going to call that icing.
Well, a tremendous opportunity for St. Francis as the puck came in from the right-hand boards around the backside there from the goaltender, and Kohanslik had to be extremely quick as Teff had the goaltender at his mercy. Single, solo, one-on-one opportunity in front, no more than 10 feet away, and he just couldn't slide it underneath the goaltender. There you see the check, 7-5 in favor of St. Francis, and not many shots on net. One shot for each team so far.
Right, but obviously St. Francis having the better of the scoring opportunities. There's the face-off to Bernowski's right. And St. Joe's just plays it back behind the net. Nothing is deep behind the net is number 10 for St. Joe's. That's Chad Caccianetti. Still on the boards. Players battle. Comes out. Walking in, trying to take it in the backhand, and we're going to have a penalty to St. Francis. It looks like Buxton pulled down the St. Joe's player, and Buxton's going to go for holding.
Buxton a little bit late to get into position, and the St. Joe's Marauders player heading towards the bench drew the penalty on him as Buxton had to pull down Adamski. Adamski tried to slide in unnoticed, and finally, at the last possible moment, you'll see Buxton reach out and haul him down just inside the circle area in front of the net. You'll see the replay of Buxton going to the corner. That's a blast. I mean, he really leveled the player. And the officials are letting a lot of the heavy hits go so far, Mark, but I'm not sure they're going to let it go much longer. If the sticks get up a little bit or they start cross-checking, there's going to be a lot of people in the penalty box. St. Francis really setting the tone here. Look at the replay as you see the player pull down right there, as Buxton pulled down Adamski, and that allows St. Joe's to go on the power play here with about 11 minutes to go in the first period.
St. Joe's on the power play, won by St. Francis. That's cut right behind the net. He sends it down to Shanahan, down low. Shanahan back behind the net. White will pick it up, try to clear it off the glass, and he clears the zone. 14 is DiGiulio. He sends it crossways past his defensive partner, and there's a tip-in for number 19. As he pursues the puck on the play, St. Joe's trying to get regrouping on this play. As we see Tom Buckley out there. Number 5 is Peter Radchuk. He'll send it down the ice. Kohanslik will let it go. And number 7 for St. Joe's is Steve Galron. He'll pick up the puck behind his net, try and set it up. He has Buckley on the left side. Here he comes up the middle. He gives it to DiGiulio. DiGiulio over the red line, makes the move. The Kendall falls. It's stumped into the zone. Radchuk comes up with it. Radchuk turns, shoots, and it's not out. DiGiulio keeps it in with his glove. Goes back behind the net. Radchuk will try to clear it again. And it goes around the board. And DiGiulio picks it up. Here comes the shot. Now he'll pass it. And there's a shot. Oh, and a nice save by Bernowski. As Radchuk tries to clear, he can't. And it's deep. Radchuk gets another chance. And finally, no, it's not cleared. It's still in the zone. Number 6, that's Craig Fatty. He gets it out of the zone. And St. Joe's regroups in the neutral zone.
We had a very good quick shot there from the left point from Goran for St. Joe's from the left point position there. And Stephen Goran, who really kept it low along the ice. He had a screen man in front. And the goaltender Bernowski did the split to make the save.
And Buckley with the shot. Here's the rebound. Oh, it is out in front. Played by Spear. Now it's up high, tapped, and it goes out of play. I believe it's off the red team. It'll stay inside.
Good look at Chuck Bernowski, who's made a couple of outstanding saves. There you see a lucky fan from Lancaster who has retrieved that puck. Very comfortable as well in the stand. Beautiful facility here at Buffalo State College, the site for these championships, and this is an excellent start to a great matchup. As we anticipated, it's close.
1 second left in the power play, and oh, Bernowski just got a piece of that off his arm. It's a beautiful shot by Crozier. They turn back, the penalty has expired. There's a delayed offside. They'll tag up and go back right in. Number 15 is Spear. He has it behind the net. He's trying to ice it. I don't know if he knows the penalty is up, but it's a deflected puck, so it's good. It's number 22, Logan Windrum goes back for the puck. He's around behind the net. He gives it to number 3, Mike Murphy. Anderson is stepped in. 14 for St. Francis' Hansen. 21 Majerski, backhand pass off the boards, and into the zone, reaches back for his Crozier. He can't do it. Here's Hansen. Hansen in over the blue line, dumps it in, can't control it. Town backhands it into the neutral zone. Number 11 is Brezina. He'll go back for it. He sends it across the spear. It's a little too far, 18. Sends it in the zone, and St. Francis will make a change.
And St. Joe's took the opportunity to make a change as well. Again, heavy hitting out there from St. Francis, and a player injured, slow to get up. A little tap on the goaltender's shoulder there, or the goaltender's helmet, from the St. Francis player who had delivered the blow to the injured St. Joe's player who was having difficulty getting up. Let's check out that player's number.
Number 13,
St. Francis.
Aaron Merswa, the 5'10", 184-pound sophomore.
And it was Chris Tamaga who delivered the hit behind the net to Mirzwa and put him out. And as Tamaga was coming around the net, he tapped the goaltender on the top of the helmet with his glove hand. The official didn't see it, but some of the St. Joe's defensemen saw it, and they ran up quickly, skated up quickly to give him a look. And to mention to him that that won't be allowed. We won't allow any of that to go on here in this contest. Mirzwa slow to get up, probably had the wind knocked out of him. Now we're going to take a look at the replay of this, as we'll see Adam Mirzwa trying to get position to clear the puck around as he's going to come in and get a hold of it there. And you'll see the bump from Tamaga, and Tamaga realizes that the goaltender's down. Then the official immediately stopped the action, coming in to see what the problem was with the injured player, who's now just beginning to get up slowly, being talked to by the trainer over behind the net. And as Tamaga skated around the net to go back towards the bench area, he tapped the goaltender Pahansik on the top of the helmet with his left hand.
And there's Aaron Merswa getting up. It looks like he's okay. While we have this break, I'd like to congratulate referee Rob Hunt of the Buffalo area, who officiated the gold medal game today earlier this morning between Canada and Sweden. Of course, the Sweden team winning it in overtime on the shootout. Rob Hurd, what a story there.
Tamaga had a great season, 9 goals and 5 assists, looking to get a roll here in this one. He's on the face-off.
Puck is dropped, it goes deep. That's Tamaga. He dumps it back to the boards. Spear can't hold it in. 14 is Hansen. He'll go back for it. Letting the players go. They're hitting. And it goes back. It's to Julio, who'll go back for the puck. He'll circle his net, throw it back around. Look. St. Joe's taking on a hit. Spear pinching in, making a solid body check at number 11.
Hey, let's go back to your partner. If you don't have the pass, let's go back to your partner.
Here is heavy hitting. And now we got tried to poke. Oh, there's an opportunity for St. Francis as number 14, Kevin Hansen, pinches on the board. Oh, it's a tip pass. Oh, it's right in front. They just missed. Number 8, there is Darren Rayum. And let's go down to the coach for a little bit. And St. Joe's tries to clear it. Failed attempt. Buxton, and he's hauled down. No call. Fans wanted a call. There's the Julio. He takes the hit in the corner. It's back around. Oh, and there's another heavy hit by Buxton. Oh, and now another takedown. Maziar falls down. We have a penalty.
And it's going to go to St. Francis. Maziar is not happy, as he's going to go to the penalty box for a hook. As he pulled the St. Joe's player trying to evacuate his end of the rink and put some offensive pressure on at the other end, down from behind. So an advantage for the St. Joe's team. That'll be their second. We talked in one of the keys of the game, Mark, about St. Joe's needing to avoid stupid penalties. Well, thus far, St. Francis has delivered a lot of hits, but they've also taken 2 penalties.
Right, St. Francis has come out here, the aggressor here, and obviously Maziar, that was the first time we saw an infraction with the stick, as we have seen a lot of body checking here today, but none of it with the stick. A lot of people sliding, and a lot of bodies thrown into the board.
Paul Maziar, the junior, goes off for 1 minute and 30 seconds, I believe. Yes, that's up on the board with 7:34 to go here in the first period of play. It's been a heavy-hitting game.
Of course, as we alluded to at our previous game, penalties are a minute and a half here in the Federation Hockey. The Red Ducky tries to dump it in the zone, picked up by Buckley. Buckley wheels, dumps back, picked up by St. Joe's. Looking, cross-site pass, it's a little too far, picked up. And, looks like it was offsides, and it was.
One thing that St. Joe's would like to do on this particular power play, and I'm sure John Mickler gave them some instructions, is to be able to set up in the offensive zone and get settled in there rather than just dumping the puck in and then having it come right back out again. Obviously, that tires out the offensive unit. And you usually have your best shooters, best scorers on the power play, so they'd like to get settled in there and then move the puck around and get a good scoring chance.
Off the face-off, in the zone. Here's a race for it. It's Bernowski. He plays it to the side. St. Joe's back deep behind the net. Scott and Radcliffe battle. He's back behind the net. There's Scott. He walks away with it. Buckley moves in to help out. He sends it back to the point. Turn around, it's DeGiulio. He clears it towards the net. Oh, and a nice save.
Wow.
And he shot it right into Bernowski, and he was able to hold on.
Bernowski had that puck drop in behind his V-guard on the pad of his left leg, and what it appeared to be was that Worth had a great chance to kind of knock that one down at about waist level and maybe tap it down past Bernowski. But Bernowski came out, challenged the shot, and did not allow Worth to get enough of the stick on the puck to deflect it enough. Let's take a look at it. As you'll see, Bernowski going to set himself up, and there you see the attempt by Worth. But the goaltender had the pads covering the puck.
Halfway through the first period, 57 seconds left in the power play. St. Joe's gets it behind the net. There's Scott and Worth.
Now they'd like to set something up here if they can. They have control of the puck. Let's see if they get something good from it.
DeGiulio with the one-timer. Bernowski had no trouble with that. A heavy hit into the boards. That's Worth battling with number 10. I believe that's Boulder for St. Francis. Line spot for our camera crew as it goes back to the point. Number 14 is DeGiulio. He keeps it in. St. Francis gets it and Boulder clears. St. Francis makes the change. As Bohanza sends it up to DeGiulio. DeGiulio turns back, takes a look around. He'll hit. And it was missed. Boulder picks it up. He just dumps it back into the zone with 10 seconds showing in the penalty. And number 7 for St. Joe's, that's Steve Goron setting up the power play. He gets the left wing pass to Buckley, backhand pass off the board. Number 21, that's Majerski. Here he comes, drop pass. Buckley, oh, he scores! Nice play as the drop pass went to Buckley, and we talked about him being a key player, and he just ripped it by Bronowski.
And it came at just the conclusion, just after the power play ended, so it's not a power play goal. And it comes with 6:03 remaining in this first period, and it's a ripped shot, a well set up play, as Buckley will get the goal.
And there you see the stats for Thomas Buckley. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points in the playoffs.
Buckley really ripped that shot from just up above the left face-off circle. Bronowski got a bit of the puck with his outstretched hand. Let's take a look at it. We'll see it from a couple of different ways, but to see the puck being carried in, there's the conclusion of the shot into the net. And Buckley very, very excited to get the goal, and the arm outstretched there by DeGiulio.
See our crew here picking up, I believe the term is octopi. And a couple of the fans a little over-anxious here, throwing objects onto the ice.
Tom Buckley gets the goal, and Tom Buckley continuing to be an awesome scoring threat. He had a very strong season, 13 goals, 16 assists, and 29 points. And here in the playoffs, Tom Buckley has got his 3rd goal, along with 2 assists for a total of 5 points. So he's been a real stalwart on the offensive attack, and he is a leadership player out there. He can really motivate that bench area as well. Keep the players very much into the contest. So this is a great start for St. Joe's in the middle of this first period.
Looks like Gary Panic is telling the public address announcer to make an announcement. Here it comes. Not to throw objects on the ice.
Where that object is just thrown, that St. Joe's will give you the consent to be bench minor. It's going to put your frame on anything else.
St. Joe's fans, as you see the conclusion of the replay one more time, being told that if they throw any more debris out on the ice, they will hurt their team, and there will be a bench minor assessed to the infracting team, the team with the infraction from their fans. So we'll see Tom Buckley again. 6'2", 205 pounds, gets his 3rd goal. And in a game like this, the first one's a big one, Mark.
Right, and they talk about St. Joe's with all the seniors that they have, and totally they have 12 seniors, whereas St. Francis has 5. Now on the draw, Shamaga can't control. He gets it, and he's stripped up. Dumped in, number 22. That's Windrum, sets it up, Spear intercepts. He makes a move, he can't dump it in. Loose puck in the neutral zone, coming down the left side of St. Joe's, good looking. Going around, looking for a player in front, nice centering pass. Oh, and number 21 for St. Joe's, that's Brian Majerski. Couldn't find the handle and shot the puck a little bit wide. There's Majerski in the corner. Tries to center it, he's unsuccessful. Number 3 is Mike Murphy, he sends it down low. There's number 12, Jim Collins. Regroup, sends it back to 22. Oh, and a nice loose puck to score! That's number 5, Richard Crozier, corralling the rebound of a shot by Logan Windrum.
Well, that was just a defensive lapse. Somebody forgot to cover Crozier, who was staked in behind the net. The puck came free. We'll see perhaps on the replay that Crozier whacked at it once, and he didn't really get enough of it on it. But I think the goaltender may have assisted the puck going into the net. He lost sight of it momentarily, may have even forced it in under his pads, and the goal light goes on, and Richard Crozier gets the 2nd goal. You see the conclusion of the play. Crozier gets his 2nd of the playoffs. And his gives his team a 2-0 lead. So not much time left between those two goals, and St. Joe's is off to a grand start. Oh, an
Here's
opportunity.
a break, right in on goal. He shoots, and a nice save by Bernowski as Henson picks up the rebound and brings it off the board. It won't be a back and pick it up. He tries to backhand it. He's unsuccessful. Tied up by Kenziora. It's down deep. There's number 6. Dan Toole battling the puck in the corner. Number 6 for St. Francis is Craig Fatty as they break out the play. Center right pass. Now here is a 3-on-3. As looks like DeGiulio inside the zone, regroups, gains his own pass, takes a shot a little bit wide, coming around the board. St. Joe's keeps it in down deep. Like Rosetta, he takes a heavy hit there in the corner. Loose puck. Number 6, Dan Toole comes in, pushes a little bit. Players are scrambling there on the blue line. Fatty attempts to clear it, he does. And here comes Conchianetti. He dumps it in at number 4. Bob Kalanick for St. Francis around the right board. Picked up, Golder missed it. And number 9 is Worth. He tried to center it, no one is there. St. Joe's players must win. 17 is got. He looks, can't find anyone, still has the puck. Tries to get it down low, he does. Centering pass, Tep picks it up. Here comes a 2-on-2. Tep and Brugina. It looks like offside, just waves good as Brugina comes in. He's got Tep all in front. And Bohanzik is able to corral it and take away the scoring chances. The St. Joe's player piled on top of
Buckley on top of Tep, and they really do not enjoy each other's company. I can tell you that from previous conversations. Tep going at the goaltender a little bit hard and aggressive on the second whack at the puck. The official's whistle going, and he kind of took a liberty there, and Buckley came in from nowhere and just kind of leveled him from behind. Right. Took a look at this replay one more time. There's Tep trying to wait in front of the net. Now you see him driving the net, and Buckley comes in and gives him the business, as the referee said one time in a football game. And Buckley has to be pulled off of Tep behind the net.
Buckley, of course, with the late hit there. Tep has to retaliate to make it coincidental.
And
Let's go down to Walter Spears with an interview.
Be on in a minute. All right, here we are with 3 seniors from St. Joe's, and you guys got to be awful happy.
Oh, great. We're just astonished.
All right, who are you guys?
Matt Yergy?
Kevin Talbot. Bill Cooley. And what does this T stand for?
Mike Adamski, senior forward.
Tell us about some of the spirit going on between the 2 cheering groups in the schools.
Well, I don't know. We had a nice little tailgate party, played a little hockey beforehand. We got 10 times as much as this St. Francis crowd I ever wished to have.
Just amazing.
We're known as the Gary Glitter Group. All right, let's get that cheering group out there, give them their signal over there.
Here he comes, trying to beat the defense, unsuccessful. He sends a pass in front. Bohanzik quick to cover, it's loose. Nobody can get a hand on it, and St. Joe's clears in front of the net. And here comes St. Joe's down the right wing, dumping it in, and taking a spill is number 12, Collins. As he dumps it behind the net, check right, the only question, picks up the puck around behind the net. Kill circle, big goal. We have a stoppage. Looks like Gary Panic has a penalty here. It will be a line-sticking call.
And we get the call from the officials on the penalties to Tep and to Buckley. And now Buckley is going to be joined in the penalty box by number 19, Bill Crosetta, the senior who's going to get the high sticking call up in the mid-ice area. Earlier, the fans you saw just a moment ago talking to Walter and John Sears over there. They're from the St. Joe's team. They're fans of Mike Adamski. He had that clean breakaway, and he had a good shot that Bernowski came out and made the big pad save on. Now, that would have been a backbreaker to fall behind 3-0 in the first period. Bernowski had to come up big, and he was able to do something to help his team. And now with the power play, they may be able to cut into this margin and get back right into this.
Bernowski's been there before. Look for him to stick right in there tough. Number 19 for St. Francis is Samaga.
Down the ice, Tommy!
Behind the board.
Find him.
19 Samaga, deep in the corner. Taking a look around. He'll look to send it back to Hanson. Hanson back to Samaga. The left side, he walks in, dumps it down, low to Maziard. Maziard's around behind the net. Tries to center it, unsuccessful, and it's cleared by St. Joe's all the way down the ice. Bernowski will come out a little, play it out the boards, but 17 will intercept for St. Joe's, and that's Larry Scott. Good play by Scott, who is still in the zone. Here comes Radchuk over the red line. Radchuk over the blue line. He tees it up, sends it in front, and no one was there. St. Joe's 17, that's Larry Scott again. He iced it down. 38 seconds to go to the power play, 2:23 left in the period. 2-0. St. Joe's over St. Francis. A long pass. That's a giveaway as DeGiulio will turn and just fire it back down. Number 12 is Jim Collins. He'll let it go. Oh, and Collins walks right in. Here comes Collins. He's chopped by 2 players. no call as Radchuk turns up the puck. And the net was knocked off, and we have a stoppage.
19 seconds to go in the power play advantage for St. Francis. Radchuk had a great drive to the net earlier. He sent a cross-ice pass through the slot intended for his teammate, who was coming up quickly on the play, Jesse Buxton. Buxton reached out with the puck but couldn't, or for the puck with his stick, but just couldn't tap it past the goaltender. You see some of the statistics on Collins. Let's look at this replay. A St. Joe's player is going to be pulled down, and he's going to slide right in and knock the net off its face.
Right, and it looks like Radchuk tried to see the puck up, so it would be good for him. When he couldn't, he sent it a cross-ice pass. It's in the zone. St. Francis, 14 seconds left in the power play for St. Francis. Here they come, Big Chad Spear. And we have a delayed offside call, and there's the whistle to stop play.
And Spear was really hammered into the boards. Two St. Joe's players kind of give him a sandwich routine along the near boards. Spear appeared to have the puck right on the blue line. It was a close call from the far ice official.
And a very good call by referee Chuck Seaver as Spear delayed on the blue line, costing the advantage of the puck in the net. And here's Jim Collins.
And Collins has had a pretty good series so far for St. Joe's. As you see, the senior, 5'9", 145-pounder, he has 3 goals and 3 assists for 6 goals in these playoffs.
Golder gets it in. Golder struck by Constantine. He takes a shot, no problem with Constantine. Word stops behind the net. Takes a look. Comes up the right wing board. Cross-ice pass intercepted by Radchuk. Radchuk walks in, tries to feed it to Brugino, but he was tied up by the St. Joe's defenseman, and St. Joe's breaks out of the zone. St. Joe's gets it into the neutral zone. And Chad Spear has a heavy hit. Oh, and there's a solid check from behind by the St. Joe's player on Michael Teff. We talked about them trying to get to Teff, and it looks like it'll be an interference call.
Well, Teff knew what he was going to be seeing in this contest. I talked to him the last time that we had him on the semifinal or the quarterfinals, I believe it was, and he was very, very concerned that the team goes after him quite a bit because he is the key for St. Francis. Let's look at the replay. As you see Teff along the near boards, and now watch him get bumped from behind as he's going to get belted right there, a cross-check from behind.
And referee Gary Panic has called that a charge.
Or a charge call, excuse me.
With 1:25 to go, so they will be on the power play unless they score here for the remainder of the period. Kevin Golder at 7 for St. Francis. Chuck Seaver is the referee, set to drop it. Golder knocks it to the right wing board. Chuck goes in hard with DeGiulio. DeGiulio clears.
Low glass here surrounding the rink. And that puck shot up high and it cleared the glass, and some of the spectators down at that end dove to try to find the puck. And they still haven't found it, but see Barry who cleared the puck.
And there is referee Gary Panic. It's the last play faceoff. Last play there, so that's where the faceoff will be. Julio turns, spins, doesn't clear. Radchuk going. Here's a breakaway for number 12. Tim Colby shoots wide as number 19 Chamaga regroups for St. Francis. He'll go back behind his own net. Chamaga trying to regroup here on the power play. A minute 8 to go. Gives it up to number 5 Radchuk. Radchuk cuts in on the backhand, takes a loose backhand. It's steered to the side by DeGiulio. Tries to clear, unsuccessful. Chamaga with a shot. Doesn't get through. Hansen's got it. He feeds it down low. Radchuk in the middle to Chamaga. Oh! And what a save by Paul Hansen.
Chamaga is just irate with himself, extremely upset. He had the goaltender at his mercy. The goaltender did not necessarily even come out to challenge him as he found himself all alone in the slot, maybe 15 feet from the net, and he put it right into the goaltender. He couldn't find the right location. Let's look at this great setup play. There you see Chamaga. In fact, the goaltender came out just a step or two, fell down as the puck was rolled along the ice. I'll bet you Chamaga will score 7 out of 10 times on a shot like that. He had the goaltender that wide open.
And it looks like the St. Francis team had knocked the net off and taken away a scoring opportunity. I think the puck was still loose, and that caused the stoppage.
Chamaga, in his frustration, drove towards the net after missing the shot, tried to come up with something around the goaltender, and knocked the puck off his face, or knocked the net off his face. 2-0 score here.
45 seconds to go. Chamaga on the draw. Won by St. Joe's, around behind the net. They'll look to clear it. It goes off the board. Hansen tries it. He can't get it. Teff keeps it in the middle of the slot. Here's a shot. Oh, and it doesn't get through. That was Kevin Golder. Couldn't get that shot through. Here's a breakaway at center, and he's got it. Here comes Tom Buckley. He shoots. He scores! Tom Buckley. Short-handed goal. With 31 seconds left in the short-handed opportunity and 26 seconds left in the period.
Boy, you couldn't ask for a bigger goal than that one. Backbreaker, so to speak, early in this contest. We're still in the first period, but St. Francis had the power 2 consecutive occasions in front of the opposition net by Gene Bohancic, the St. Joe's goaltender. Buckley knocks the puck out with his body. You see him drift in. Look at him use the goaltender. Gave him just an opening in the 5-hole between the pads. They opened up and up, and Buckley drilled it home for his second of this game in a 3-0 St. Joe's lead.
24 seconds to go in the first period. That's Peter Radchuk at his own blue line, knocks up the goal there. He's the blue line, and he's hit hard by number 15, Aaron Bourgeois. As St. Joe's will just clear it and walk away out of this period with a 3-0 lead. Back to Kevin Hansen. Not too hit. Oh, it's just too far ahead for Chicago, or he would have been in alone. As the horn goes and the first period is over. It is St. Joe's 3, St. Francis no score.
There's something I need you to give someone. It won't cost you anything or take a lot from you. It won't be difficult to give, at least most of the time. What it will be is special. That something is friendship. And that someone is waiting.
And we're back here. It's the end of the first period. It is St. Joe's 3, St. Francis nothing. And I'm going to hand over the play-by-play to my good friend Frank Stewart.
Thank you very much, Mark Jaggert. And Mark, as the goaltenders switch ends and there's a little bit of conversation in front of the St. Francis bench area, got to wonder just what St. Francis did wrong in that period. Unfortunately, they came out hitting hard, but they just weren't able to take advantage of their opportunities. And St. Joe's took advantage of theirs, and they took advantage of them in a big way.
Right, and St. Francis had the early attempt early in the game. They weren't able to cash in, and we're underway.
Okay, Sewell bounces it off the board. St. Francis player, the defenseman has to clear back in to pick it up. That's Kalanick. He'll go around and drop it back for Pate. Pate will try and steer it around the near boards. It'll come back to Shanahan. They bounce around into the face-off circle to the right of the goaltender, and bringing it out is Pate. Good pass up across ice and overskated a little bit by Hansen. He takes the bump along the blue line there, but Shanahan retrieves. Shanahan moving right out in front, loose puck to the side of the net. No one can see it, and Cicconetti comes up with it. Bounced around to the back side of the net, and the Adamski's going to get a chance to clear it. He doesn't. Kalanick holds it in. It's deflected just wide as Shanahan had a chance. St. Francis putting more pressure on here in the early going of this second period. Both teams playing at even strength. This is Kalanick from his own end. Off of Shanahan's stick, picked up by Cicconetti. Intercepted there. This is Hansen. Hansen getting around one. Leaves it for his defenseman. Here comes Shanahan up on the play. Shanahan shoots. Loose puck. It's free in for Bohancic. Dives out with that big glove hand and covers up.
Right, it looks like Shanahan couldn't get the handle on the puck that he wanted to, and a harmless play as the puck just rolled into Bohancic, and there you have a shot of him, and he covered it up with no problem.
Bohancic has done an incredible job in this game. He's made a couple of great stops. Let's look at this work here, Mark.
Right, you see him getting good positioning, and there's the puck as it harmlessly drifts towards his glove, and he's quick to cover it up and get a stoppage.
Golden will take this face off for St. Francis with Brzina on his right wing and Tepp over on the left side. Buckley, St. Joe's center for this play. 14:05 to go here in the second period. 3-0 lead for St. Joe's. This is the championship. Back to the blue line it comes. Pass to the open corner. Brzina bounces it off the boards and gets a chance to retrieve it. It's in his skates. Reaches out for it, can't find it. They still whack at it, goes back towards the blue line. Knocked down there by Spears. Spears hard shot. Right through. 3-on-2, overskating the puck with Buckley. Worth has to get it back over to Buckley, who couldn't handle the pass. Worth into the face-off circle.
The change, goal.
Nobody there.
Hey, let's take up. Watch the middle. Watch the middle.
Knocked down by Wyndham. Taken off the puck. Murphy just shoots it along the boards. And St. Joe's will look to clear it again with Buckley carrying it out of the zone. Up through center ice. He's in over the blue line, still with control. Centering pass. Nobody sees it, and it's past the goaltender, Bronowski. Scott was planted in front of the net, and he couldn't find the puck for the tip-in. Another shot from the face-off circle. Loose puck. Comes back to the point. Barry's shot. That's wide of the net. Over to DiGiulio. Taken back behind the boards. Golden will go back to retrieve it. Works it up along the near boards, and Barry holds it in. Players bumping with Collins getting in there to push it back to the corner. Sticks up a little bit. The official right on top of that play. And carrying the puck out of the zone is Chad Spear. Long lead pass for Teff. Teff bumps with Barry at the blue line and loses the puck. It's intercepted, however, by St. Francis and taken right off the stick. This is Spear in front of his own net. And it's fired right back in. Delayed call as St. Joe's players come back out. Still a delayed call as St. Francis with Spear with control of the puck gets around one. Spear up through center ice. He's going to fire a shot, and Pohansic deflects that to the corner. DeJulio tips that high into the air. Collins let it go by for his teammate and gets it right back. He's got Crozier on his left wing. Collins fires it from the point. Player taken down the blue line, and Chet Wright comes up with it. Wright with a good lead pass for Buxton. Buxton's taken off the play. Buxton forces it into the zone. Coming in hard now on the wing is Maziarz. Maziarz pass centered and now intercepted by Conchanetti. Taken back into the face-off circle off the board. St. Joe's handling the puck extremely well and able to clear out of trouble very quickly. Ratchik's out there. He's going to bump with the St. Joe's player that's in some skates. Rosetta having some trouble there. Rosetta goes in and puts a body hit on the defenseman, and the puck comes all the way up ice. Francis unable to get to it as the goaltender for Pohansic kind of lazily got rid of that puck. Still loose, and Pohansic dives out at it, still knocked down with the sticks. It's in the slot area. They're whacking at it. Rosetta trying to put a hand over the puck, and he couldn't do it. Shanahan comes up with it. He drifts around. He'll steer the pass towards the net, deflected up into the air, and Pohansic will cover up on this one. Oh, and he is tired. He just flips it back behind the net to Mickler. Shanahan bumping in there, trying to get control of it. Shanahan comes out with it. Shanahan, teammate backhand score!
Craig Fatty on a give and go with Ryan Shanahan. That'll put St. Francis back in the game at 3-1. 11:02 here to go in the second period.
Just a beautiful effort for Ryan Shanahan, buzzing around the net on the season, 4 goals and 4 assists. And he breaks the ice here early in the second period for the St. Francis Red Raiders, as Shanahan has not scored yet in the playoffs. We'll take a look at it perhaps again as they really did a good job holding the puck into the corner. Shanahan outfought the defenseman to come up with it and then pulled it away.
Right. Pohansic maybe should have held on to the puck when he had the opportunity. Instead, he'll just throw it back behind the net with his glove hand, and it came back around in a nice little give and go, as we said. And Fatty cashes in.
See the conclusion of the play is they're still into the slot area. The puck will be taken to the backside. You see the chances there for St. Joe's to clear it, and they just weren't able to do so. The action continuing as the puck comes back around to the near side here. And look at this replay. Now it's going to be held along the boards. And this is where it's going to be Shanahan pulling it out and feeding his teammate. Great play.
Right, and there's the goal again.
And Fatty comes out with it, and he fires it back in as we're back to the live action here. St. Francis gets the line change, so back into this one now. 3-1 the score. Teff is out there along with Brezina and Golder. Golder puts some pressure on the defenseman there. Heavy hit at the center ice area. Teff forces it into the offensive zone. Teff trying to get his skate on the puck, and he overdid it. They have to tag up. It goes back behind the net with Windrum coming back after it for St. Joe's. Teff intercepts. Teff's going to move in from the face-off circle. His shot high off the goaltender's shoulder. Teff is going to get it again, and St. Joe's looks a little tired right now. Give and go play as they take it back to the corner. Teff is bumped on the play, steers it out in front, and the defenseman finally comes in and clears it for St. Joe's, and they'll bring it up off the near boards. And some new players getting some ice time now. Jeff Beaufort. Intercepted here at the center ice area. This is Collins moving in. Collins on the shot. Loose puck. Oh, what a great stop by Bernowski. Collins tried to shoot it on his forehand, and he didn't get enough on it. Comes back to the face-off circle. Barry centering pass. Loose puck. Whacked at by the defense and cleared out of the zone. St. Francis was close to giving up that goal.
I think what Collins did there is he took his eye off the puck. He was looking to make the pass, and that hesitation cost him.
Had a great chance and did not cash in. This is DeJulio. DeJulio really flying. Comes back up to the near point. Crescetta. His shot knocked down by the St. Francis player who's slow to get up now, and it's in his pads.
And that's number 7, Chris Roswell, the senior, 5'11", 175 pounds. As the fans react to the heavy hitting here at the Buffalo State Arena. 9:07 to go, second period. Our score again is St. Joe's 3, St. Francis 1.
Roswell really took a hard shot from the blue line there and into the pads, and he's quickly to the bench. His coaches patting him on the back for that save because the action was again out of control in the St. Francis end. They're not having an easy time getting the puck out of the end once it's in.
St. Francis doing a good job on the last series of working the puck down low behind the net and trying to make a play from there.
On the face-off circle, it's tied up in some skates. Wrapped back towards the blue line with Damsky just tipping it into the open corner. Cressetta is going to be bumped by Chet Wright. Wright takes his man off the puck. The puck is still free, however. Wright tips it. We'll get a chance to get it one more time. Right up along the far boards to Maziarz. Maziarz with the give and go. Oh, it didn't get out. Now it comes back out of the zone with Ratchik carrying the puck. Look at Ratchik working his way through the defense. Ratchik tried to get a shot away. His backhander goes wide. Buxton couldn't catch up with it.
Right, Buxton should have continued to the net there, and he may have had a beautiful scoring opportunity, but he held back.
Buxton and his teammates, they play give and go with the puck. It comes back outside the face-off circle. Kalanick just tips it into the corner. It's intercepted there by Adamski. They try and clear the zone. Cressetta couldn't get it out. Now it comes out over the blue line. Back the other way. We're going to have an interview coming up in a moment. As you see, it's picked up there by Scott Berry for St. Joe's with 8:14 to go here in the second period. Long shot deflected, and right at the goaltender Bronowski, who leaves it for his teammate to pick it up. That's Kalanick. Long pass up ice. Bounced off the boards, and Berry has to retrieve it in his own end. Buxton couldn't catch up with it. It's off his skate at the center ice area, now into the offensive zone. That's Worth chasing after it. Kalanick's going to keep him away from the puck if he can. This goes through the other side. Good move there by the St. Joe's player. Now it's going to be intercepted by St. Francis, and back they come. On the left side on his off wing is Buxton. Buxton trying to drive to the net. Out in front, though, and Shanahan couldn't catch up with it. They take it back behind the net. Shanahan takes a big hit on the play, and now a clearing pass that does not connect, and we're going to get the icing call with 7:31. Let's go down to my colleague and friend, Walter John Sears, with a bunch.
All right, very good. I'm here with Sean Green first and a couple of his players, the coach of Williamsville South. Congratulations. Exciting win, that 4-3 consolation win.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. It was an exciting win. The boys, we played hard, and we used this game as a stepping stone for our regional game next week, and it's a great finish of an exciting season for us this year. Finished third.
I'll get back to you in a second, Coach. Kevin Rozo, the all-star goaltender, a great game today.
Thanks a lot. I have to give credit to my defensemen. My defensemen did a great job today. They limited the shots to like almost half of what I usually get, and we just played well, and the team scored some goals, and we got the job done. We played our game.
Blake Jackson, tell us about your goal today.
Well, Tom Allen told me before, so I'm going to hand it back to you. I told him no, but he ended up doing it and went through the goalie's legs because he was screened.
Blake also an all-star. When it was 3-1, you were in control, Kevin. They got 2 goals on you. Were you a little shaken at that point, but you came back, made some big saves at the end?
Yeah, we got worried for a little bit. After they scored that second goal, our guys came right back down, and Josh Blumen popped a goal for us, and it was just a big goal. And then I knew I could shut the door from there. It was just no big deal.
All right, thanks, guys. Coach Green, back to you. You played the St. Joe's team. You were beating them 2-1 midway through the game, and you ended up losing it 4-2. What about this game so far?
St. Joe's is up right now 3-1. They have a strong team. I expect St. Francis to fight back and make it a game of it. It's exciting hockey.
Well, good luck to you in the playoffs.
Thank you very much.
All right, they're going to go on and play in the States, and now back to the play.
Okay, St. Francis having some great success with the offensive unit of Rayon Fatty, and Shanahan out there putting some pressure on it. Right back, though, comes St. Joe's. This is a shot up high, loose puck laying there, and Bronowski covers up. Allen's drifting in front of the net, trying to whack it out of the air, and he couldn't do so. Hard shot, though, for the first effort at the goaltender.
Right, 3-on-2 play breaking into the zone, and they had it up high. Bernowski was unable to hang on to it, and he does finally regain the puck for the stoppage. But the defenseman went wide with the right winger that allowed the high man just to walk right in and get that scoring opportunity away.
Pohansik at one end for St. Joe's. He's allowed 1 goal. And Bronowski at the other end. Face off to the left of Bronowski. On the draw, Windrum with a hard shot goes right at the goaltender. Good save. Up along the near boards, Brzezina had the chance to clear it, didn't do so. His teammate comes up and helps, though. This is Ratchik with it. Ratchik with a good lead pass for Tepp, who couldn't handle a puck. Intercepted there by Golder. Taken off his stick with Brzezina coming up with it. Brzezina takes the bump on the play. Now players going back and forth with it. It's shot right back in. It's going to be clear. Lost in some skates, and players bodying up a little bit more in the neutral zone for both sides. And that's why you see the puck coming free. Here it comes. And over the blue line. Good move. No. Didn't get past as Tepp reaches out for the puck. His teammate out there, Kevin Golder, trying to set it up. Brzezina backhander, and he couldn't get it away. There's a penalty coming up to St. Joe's as they were scrambling into their own end. And with 6:03 remaining in the second period, St. Francis with the power play opportunity, looking to pull within one.
Right, and Brian Panic has assessed a holding penalty. There looks like one of the players is hurt in the neutral zone. It looks like number 22, Logan Windrum, had stepped on one of the St. Francis players right in front of one of the officials. And here we go as we look at the replay. Down in deep, we said St. Francis, there's Golder getting it out in front, and there's a nice shot, attempted shot, and as he's held down, that's number 11 for St. Francis, Jacob Brezina, who was unable to get that scoring opportunity away because of the hold.
And Adamski's in the penalty box, Mike Adamski, for pulling down Brezina on the backhand opportunity, so they'll send out Golder on this face-off along with teammates Maziarz and number 19, Chris Chamaga up front for St. Francis. Ratchik's at one point, along with Kevin Hansen at the other. On the face-off, St. Joe's gets control of it, but it's taken into the corner by Chamaga. 5-on-4 attackers. Big opportunity here for St. Francis. Looking to get back into this one. This is Maziarz looking to set up a shot into the goaltender's pads, and boy, he had it picked perfectly. And Pohansik just squeezed those pads together. The puck was stuck.
Right, Pohansik doing a real nice job, coming out enough to cut down enough angle, not giving him much to shoot at, and looking for the 5-hole there, but he had closed the pads tight and got the stoppage.
And they're going to bring Teft out now to take one of the up-front positions, and skating to the bench will be Paul Maziarz. We've got too many bodies out there. Maziarz wants to stay, and he can't. Let's look at the replay of
And
this.
watch Pohansik come out now and challenge as he sees the player walk out of the corner.
Oh.
There he goes.
Like one of those Velcro pucks. In the face-off circle, bounced up off the boards. Good work by Worth to clear the zone. Hansen will retrieve it for St. Francis. As they look to start out, they've got plenty of time in this penalty. 1 minute left. Oh, line pass, and that's deflected way up into the stands down below our broadcast location, just behind the St. Francis bench area. We're coming to you from Buffalo State College. And our score, with 5:29 remaining in the second period, is 3-1 in favor of St. Joe's in their white uniforms with maroon trim. St. Francis, the Red Raiders, in their very sharp-looking red, white, and blue uniforms.
And St. Francis would love to get a goal here on the power play, make it 3-2.
Golder having some trouble on the face-off. He's not able to outfight the opposing center Collins. This is Ratchik, though. Ratchik moves in, and another shot up high. And Pohansik able to get a good line of sight on that. It drops down at his feet, and he covers up. Do you think they might have to go low on some of these shots, Mark?
Right, I think he had a little trouble controlling the puck because he was stick handling, and he shot the puck off the stick handle, and he knew he had Golder in front of the net. And unfortunately, with a high shot like that, Golder was unable to get the rebound.
Kind of snapshotted that one up a little bit high. And Pohansik, who's been beaten just once in this game, was able to make the stop. Good look at Eugene Pohansik, a junior, 5'10", 180-pounder. Does a nice job in the nets. 45 seconds remaining in the power play, so they bring out that great unit of Patty and along with Chamaga, and they leave Teft out there. How about that Super Sunday coming up, Mark?
Right, we have the 3 games coming up next Sunday. Of course, the South Towns is the late game, West New York Club is the middle game, and the Explorer League starting all at 9 a.m.
Quick clearing play there by Brian Majerski for St. Joe's, who jumped on top of the play and clears the puck out of the end for St. Joe's. So now St. Joe's looking to kill some clock with their shorthanded unit out there as Hansen retrieves it and takes it back behind his net. St. Francis would like to set up something on this power play and maybe get 1 or 2 good chances with 20 seconds left. Oh, give and go right back out over the blue line through center ice. This is Mike Teft. Mike Teft carrying it in over to a teammate back to Teft. He couldn't get to the puck as he was ridden off the play by Goran. Back to the blue line. Ratchik keeps it in at the blue line. His shot taken away by Majerski, who's flying now out there, doing everything he can to help his team. Intercepted by Pate. And Pate carries it right back into the zone, shooting it behind the net. Intercepted there. Chamaga, teammate Pate. Oh, he shot it up high. And boy, I'll tell you, I think if he kept it low, he might have had him beaten on the play.
Right, and that's Chris Fatty, excuse me, and what he had there is he just shot the puck at the goaltender. And I don't think Pohansik really had to do anything. He just shot it right at him.
And I have a problem with that name. I apologize to Chris Fatty. But it is Chris Fatty. There's his season score and his playoffs. No goals but 4 assists. And again, I thought he had a great chance, perhaps, as the goaltender came out to challenge. If he could have kept it low and maybe picked the spot, he would have beaten the goaltender. Instead, he shot it up high and right into the goaltender.
And Chuck Seaver has assessed a roughing call to Chamaga.
Let's take a look at the replay. This is not good for St. Francis, as you see the goaltender come out and cover up. And Chamaga bumping in there is going to get an aggressiveness call, along with the St. Joe's players. So 2 players off. They're playing at even strength now as the power play is completed. Puck in the offensive zone. This is Fatty. Bothered by 2 St. Joe's players. Look at him work with that puck. Centering pass. Oh, is it in or not? What a stop in the 5-hole again on a shot by Hansen. I'll tell you, that one was labeled.
Right, Bohanchik, a good job of getting down low and taking away the 5-hole. He squeezed the pads again, and he keeps denying St. Francis, who was having probably more of the scoring opportunities.
I'll tell you, there was a long pause after this shot, as you saw all the St. Francis players ready to raise their sticks because they thought they had it. Look at this setup.
And again, Fatty with the backhand pass to set up that play. On the last stoppage, we had coincidental penalties to Julio and for St. Francis or St. Joe's. That's why we have 5-on-5.
Berry on the face-off, bothered by Shanahan and Fatty. Goes back to the opposite corner. Rayum is out there along with Ratchik and Hansen for St. Francis. Third up through the blue line. Up towards Adamski. Adamski's bounce pass. Oh, a big hit there on Corsetta by St. Francis as the St. Francis player controls it just outside the blue line. Yeah, the players off for slashing apparently to both sides. 3:49 to go here in the second period. Corsetta with it as he steers it back, and it's going to be an icing call out of his own zone. Maybe a little tired right now. St. Joe's not as much zip in their puck movement or in their ability to clear their zone.
Right, we talked about the big rink here, and obviously with a bigger rink, you're skating more, you're skating harder. With it being the championship game, more on the line, and the more skating you do, and combine that with all the heavy hitting that's in the game, and you're going to find a lot of tired bodies out there.
Focusing in on Pohansik. Gene Pohansik has played an extraordinary game. Chuck Banowski, however, has not done bad either. He's allowed 3 goals, but he's come up with some huge saves. On the face-off, they come rink wide with it. Nobody there. It's intercepted by Crozier with a lead pass. A little bit too far. Players offside as Collins touches it in the offensive zone. Puck coming in after the players, so we get the offside with 3:33 to go. Again, working with Mark Jaggert here. Mark, a very nice packed house from both sides. As you look at the shots on goal, the Red Raiders with 20 and the Marauders with 19. But a nice crowd here for this contest.
Right, no question about that. We got a full house here for a great contest, championship game.
And very, very good hockey. You can tell the caliber of these players. I mean, they've come out to hit and check and make some extraordinary plays here. Look at these passes to get out of the zone. Intercepted at the center ice red line by DeGiulio, who just shoots it into the offensive end. Brodowski has to hold it for his teammate Spear. Leaves it along the boards for Roswell. Right in front, loose puck, they score! St. Francis had trouble clearing it. And the St. Joe's team cashes in. That's a huge goal with 3:08 remaining in this second period. And Brodowski's beaten for the 4th time.
And Chuck Brodowski had no help from his defenseman there as he had trouble controlling the rebound, kicked it right out to the St. Joe's player, and he walked in uncontested and beat Brodowski, who was down.
There you see the drive to the net as the puck was tipped back towards the blue line, kept in there. And Majerski apparently gets credit for the goal. That's his 4th goal of the playoffs for St. Joe's. Look at Tepp breaking it on the goaltender. No, knocked away at the last second by Goran. Centering pass, the goaltender has it. Pinned to the side of the net, and he'll cover up on the play.
Right, Pohansik taking no chances this time, holding on. We remember last time going back, the only St. Francis goal was a result of Pohansik playing the puck with his hand back behind his own net. St. Francis was able to regroup, get the puck, and score their only goal. It is 4-1 here. St. Joe's over St. Francis.
DeGiulio gets the assist as he took the shot from the point. The save made by Brodowski, and on the rebound, it was there for Majerski to put it home for St. Joe's. Tuft on the faceoff. Working against Buckley. They tie each other up. St. Joe's player breaks out. That's Worth. Rink-wide pass for Scott, who overskates it. Now it's going to be cleared right back out of the zone. Buckley retrieves it. Comes cross ice to Goran. Good lead pass for Worth, who carried in, tips it forward. Bounced off the boards, intercepted there by Goran. He'll start back over for St. Joe's. So St. Joe's weathered the storm there. A little bit of a burst by the Red Raiders. They did not allow the goal as Pohancic helped them and kept them in the game. And here's a break back for Tepp. Tepp drop pass, loose puck in the slot, back net. Oh, they just had a great chance as Tepp tried to get a hold of it to the side of the net.
A lot of
Player held
action
up on the
down
play.
there. Shots are low on the ice. Had they saw Pohancic down, maybe a high shot there would have given St. Francis their second goal.
Brezina forechecking on the play, couldn't reach out for the puck. Lead pass for Buckley. Up through center ice, hard shot. Rebound laying there. It's picked up by Scott. Scott shot deflects off an ankle. Goes back behind the net. Now it's tipped up off the glass. Kalanick trying to clear it out of trouble. Leaves it for his teammate who takes it high off the glass. It's held in at the blue line, however. They bump right in front of the St. Joe's bench area. And now picked up by Ratchik. Ratchik, a good skater. For teammate Brezina, who just tips it to the open corner. We're going to get some player changes here.
And again, Bronowski on that last shot, he had trouble. He kicked the rebound right back out in front. He's going to have to control that rebound a little bit better.
Working down to the final 1 minute mark of this second period. 1:20 to go. St. Joe's playing keep away, and that puck's going to be clear. There's going to be an icing call as it passes the red line, and we'll get our stoppage here with 1:17 to go in the second period. St. Joe's team, they've weathered the storm, I thought, Mark, as it appeared that the momentum had swung the way of St. Francis.
St. Francis, I think, has had the better of the scoring opportunities. They just haven't been able to cash them in. And, of course, let's give credit to Pohancic. He's done a great job there in goal. And the Red Raiders, they're going to need something quick, either now at the end of the period to go in the locker room, only down 2, or they'll have to get a quick one coming into the third.
On this face-off, it's Fatty working against Bill Cressetta. Cressetta wins the draw and breaking out. Good play there. It's Conchinitti. Conchinitti tries to get around the defenseman. Spear reached out and grabbed him. No call made on the play. St. Francis gets a hold of it. And the Red Raiders take it out of their end of the ring. Berry, backhand pass. Picked up there by Conchinitti. He's got a 2-on-1 developing. Oh, he lost control of it at the last second. Intercepted there by Spear, or Chet Wright rather. Heavy hit at the blue line. 3 players collide and slow to get up now. Conchinitti. Last minute of play in the second period. There's a blind pass intended for Cressetta. He leaves it for teammate Majerski, and they're offside as Crozier continues to the net and takes a shot.
Chuck Seaver has a delayed offside call. I believe he's saying that one of the St. Joe's players was changing on the bench inside the zone, and that is the reason, because the play certainly looked good.
Unfortunate that he went to that open door inside the blue line.
And, of course, Super Sunday coming up next Sunday, March 6th at Buffalo State Explorer League, starting at 9, West New York Club at 11 a.m. on the South Towns game at 1 p.m. Be sure to join us for the Super Sunday contest, March 6th.
That's great hockey action at Buffalo State College. Broken stick on the ice there. The officials had to clear it. Get all the chips off the ice as well. 41 seconds remaining in this second period.
And St. Joe's breaking into the zone that last time, and Chad Spear reached out and knocked the puck forward. It took away that break.
On the face-off, St. Francis trying to retrieve in their own end. This is Spear bouncing it up off the boards. Collins gets there first. Takes it behind the net. Taken out to the side, centering pass there. It goes back behind the net off the base. Collins will have to retrieve it one more time. 22 seconds left. St. Francis having great trouble getting out of their own end right now as Chamaga has to get it. And his lead pass for Buxton out over the blue line. Buxton takes a bump from Collins. Fired right back in, though. St. Joe's players behind the net mixing it up, or be out through the blue line and out through center ice. A punch thrown there. Nobody sees it. 3 seconds to go. As we had Ken Zora mixing it up with the St. Joe's player, and the fans saw the whole thing. The referees did not.
And Ken Ziora got away with a lot there. Not only did he deliver a hard punch, but he also came back and took out the player into the zone, interfered with him, and he's walking away scot-free here as the period ends.
It might have been DiGiulio who took the punch out in the neutral zone out behind the play. The referee didn't take a look at it quick enough. He saw the conclusion of the mix-up between the two, but there was a punch thrown. Anyway, we've completed 2 periods of play here at Buffalo State College, and in this championship, it's the St. Joe's Marauders 4, the St. Francis Red Raiders 1.
There are questions anybody can answer. and questions nobody can answer. Then there are all those questions in between. Important questions your academic, school, or public librarian can help you answer. When nobody else can. Any questions?
And you'll see the score as we're into the second period intermission. It's St. Joe's 4 and St. Francis 1. And what do you suppose John Mickler is telling his troops? Well, we have the opportunity to join him in his locker room. Let's go to the St. Joe's locker room right here.
Go, boys. One period, right here. One period. Take some chances. Let's bury him. We've been playing. One more period, boys. Come on, fellas. Go. Hey, boys. Now. I want to play next 15 minutes. Like the last 8 minutes against South. We got a 3-goal lead. Don't forget 2-0. 3-goal lead. Break the red line. We do not have a clean, absolute clean, 2-on-1. One place keeps the point. I want to send them back as far as we can. Drive them back. Drive them back. I want one of the 3 forwards to be disciplined to take the high slot. We've got 2 men back at the blue line. We still work our 2-1-2. First guys are very aggressive. We got a 3rd man back. Soft dumps to the corner. And go hard and we keep the defenseman up against the glass.
And there you hear John Mickler in his locker room with his team getting ready for the third period. And we'll come back in just a moment with the statistics through the first 2 periods of play here at Buffalo State College in this championship. The Western New York Varsity Federation Finals at St. Joe's 4, St. Francis 1.
Do you know what this symbol means? It means equal. Yet sometimes things that should be equal are not, like employment opportunities. Adelphia Cable would like you to know that our workforce is made up of people from all parts of our community, because that's the way it should be. And when companies have hiring policies that agree with this symbol, more folks are likely to agree with this one. Adelphia Cable, an equal opportunity employer.
Well, 4-1 the score here at Buffalo State College. St. Joe's leads St. Francis 4-1 at the end of the second period. Let's take a look, Mark Jaggert, at some of the statistics for the first 2 periods of play.
Right, and if we look on our board here, we'll see that the statistics through 2 periods, obviously St. Joe's with the lead 4-1. Shots are pretty close. St. Joe's with the edge, 25-20. Shooting percentage, obviously, if you're scoring more goals, your shooting percentage is higher at 16-5. Face-off 20-17 in favor of St. Joe's, again, relatively close. Checks 22-17, again, relatively close. And the penalty minutes, only 1 penalty. Between the 2 teams, that's the difference. In the power play, 0 for 3 and 0 for 2, so the power play has been non-existent here today, and look for the game to get a little bit more chippy as it goes on.
Well, absolutely. So I would say the St. Francis team getting a very rough to start the contest and then settling into playing hockey, but they've given up the 3-goal lead now, and they got to come back strong. Let's look at the first period scoring with Buckley getting a very good goal to start the game.
Right, Buckley made it 1-0 St. Joe's, 8:57. Crozier came back, made it 2-0. Buckley again shorthanded, and I think that's the goal that broke their back at 14:35, and it was 3-0 after 1 period in favor of St. Joe's. Going on to the second period, Fatty brought them within 2 with a 3-1 score on assist from Shanahan at 3:58, and then Majerski capped off the second period scoring from an assist from DiGiulio to make it 4-1, and that's where we stand right now.
Okay, one comment before we go, breaking this one away and coming back with the third period face-off, Mark. Anything that St. Francis can do to get back into this game and get back quickly?
Well, obviously, I think they need a quick score here. That'll really help things out for them, but they have to play really disciplined. We talk about how scrappy the play is getting, and it's tit for tat out there. A punch thrown here, punch thrown there, and you don't know what the officials are going to call.
Okay, the officials have to keep a close eye on things on the ice, and we're going to come right back with that third period face-off in a moment on Adelphia Cable Sports.
Many women don't know they can avoid 2 very serious birth defects simply by getting the right amount of a B vitamin called folic acid. If you're of childbearing age, start taking folic acid now, because these birth defects develop very early, often before a woman realizes she's pregnant. To learn more about avoiding birth defects with the folic acid vitamin, talk to your doctor. For a free brochure, send a stamped, self-addressed envelope to Shriners Hospitals for Crippled Children.
And there you see a good look at the St. Francis bench area. We're going to talk, let's go listen to the head coach for St. Francis, John Bowers, with his final instructions.
Everybody's cheering for each other on this damn bench, all right? Now let's go give them hell for a period, guys. Yeah.
And as they've resurfaced the ice and get this one ready to go here in the third period, John Mickler and John Bowers giving final instructions to their team. And we'll turn the play-by-play over for this third period to Mark Jagger.
Thanks a lot, Frank. And, of course, we have St. Francis Red Raiders to our right in the dark red. St. Joe's to our left in the white with the maroon trim. 4-1 is our score. 15 minutes to go here. And Fatty wins the draw. He gets it to Radchuk. It salutes in the neutral zone. Radchuk goes back. He doesn't get it out. Here's a low pass down deep low. 21 is Brian Majerski. It's centered out in front, intercepted by Radchuk. Here comes Radchuk, gets it up. A little too far for Shanahan. He couldn't control it. DeGiulio right up the boards. And icing is waved as Chet Wright gets a piece of the puck. And there's Craig Fatty off the board. Shanahan, he intercepts. Number 5 is Peter Radchuk. And DeGiulio falls down. And St. Francis breaks away. And here's Peter Radchuk at the red line. Moving in, it's 3-on-3. Radchuk all alone. He gets in. He shoots all off the post. Radchuk with a beautiful play all alone, getting the puck off the post. Now, number 12, Chet Wright sends it in deep as DeGiulio gains it for St. Joe's. The puck is missed, and it slides harmlessly down the ice as we look for Jesse Buxton to pick it up behind the net for St. Francis. He does circle, has trouble, goes back the other way, comes out around the right board, sends it up the middle to Shamaga. Shamaga at the red line. Here's Chris Shamaga. Oh, he dumps it in deep to Maziar. Shamaga. Oh, and he was just tied up good by Dan Toole, enough to take away the opportunity as Pohanchik covered up on the play.
Great chance there for Chamaga. If he'd been able to just get a little bit of the stick on the puck, he would have had a very good chance to score. There you see the save percentage for Eugene Pohanchik tonight. 19 saves for 95%. He's allowed just the one goal, and we're into this third period. Well, you saw Radchuk hit the rattle the puck off the post, and he really had the defenseman mesmerized by his puck handling.
He sure did. It didn't look like he had much on it, but it almost went in.
Buckley looking to break out. Almost had another chance there for St. Joe's. He scored one that way.
And Kevin Hansen just dumps in a neutral zone. And St. Joe's, Buckley will chase. Number 15 is Big Chad Spear back. Oh, he sends it back around his net. 17 is Scott. He dumps it deep the other way. 14, Kevin Hansen picking up the puck deep in his zone. Stops, turns back. Cross ice pass to Spear. He'll turn. He sends it up the boards to Maziarz. He takes a heavy hit from Dan Toole. They keep it in by Tom Buckley. Goes back behind the net. Chad Spear will chase it with Worth, and Kevin Hansen comes up with it. Hansen behind his own net. He start out on the left side. And Hansen dumps it deep, and it's a hand pass. And it's missed by the St. Francis player, so the hand pass is waved as it's dumped in deep, and Spear will pick it up again. Spear off the boards. And it's out in the neutral zone. St. Joe's looking to shoot it back in. They lose it. Golder tries to get a break. He can't. It's in the zone. Number 10, Worth has it. He takes a shot. It goes wide around the board. St. Joe's keeping it in deep. Adamski making the attempt. Spear, middle pass to Hansen. He missed it. His puck again in the neutral zone. St. Joe's sending it. It's intercepted by Kalanick. He'll just dump it in on the delay. They tag up, and Pohanchik will steer it to the corner. Number 22, that's Logan Windrum. He gets it up on the left board. There's, a beautiful pass, but unable to control it was Chad Caccianetti. It's dumped back deep into the zone. Brzezina will chase it with number 3, Mike Murphy, and a heavy hit. Oh, and bodies are flying down deep in the corner as breakout pass has failed. St. Francis had an opportunity, but bouncing puck. No one can find a handle on it, and there's a breakout. Here is, and a heavy slash. 2 chops onto Radchuk as he turns and goes up. Sends a right wing pass. That's too far for Golder. 22, that's Logan Windrum. He'll circle, shoot around the boards to number 21, Brian Majerski. It's kept in by Kalanick. They're battling there at the blue line. It's kept in down low. There's DeGiulio. Takes a heavy hit by number 18, Mike Teff. And the players are under the puck as we get a stoppage. And we're going to go down to a break.
And we'll be back in a moment with our score. St. Joe's 4, St. Francis 1.
There's something I need you to give someone. It won't cost you anything or take a lot from you. be difficult to give, at least most of the time. What it will be is special. That something is friendship, and that someone is waiting.
11:15 to go, third period. St. Joe's just dumps it in. Bronowski steers to the corner. Number 5, that's Crozier for St. Joe's. He hits a heavy hit in there. Number 5, Peter Radchuk, circling back behind his net, tries a cross-ice pass. It's foiled and intercepted by number 4, Tom Buckley. A lot of heavy hitting here as Scott and Shanahan meet. There's number 19, Shimaga. He's in over the blue line. He goes wide. He stops. He spins. He dumps it in deep. Maziarz will chase. Again, some heavy hitting with Goron. And number 8 is Buxton, and Pohantic taking no chances covering up there as the puck came to him.
And Toole and Buxton, or pardon me, Chamaga right in front of the net, bump and push each other around a little bit. Buxton right there in your picture had a good drive to the net. Put the puck to the side of the net and just couldn't get the teammate in place. Well, one thing that St. Joe's has done here through the opening 4.5 minutes of this third period is they've really put the pressure into the St. Francis end of the rink. They're forechecking with sending 2 men in still deep, and they're putting pressure on the guy handling the puck trying to start the clearing point. And they're able to keep knocking down passes at the blue line.
Right, and St. Joe's taking advantage of just dumping the puck in, making some good line changes, and St. Francis down 3. They have a long way to climb here with 10:41 to go off the faceoff in the corner. That's Logan Wingdrum. He loses it behind the net. St. Francis back to the point. There's Spear. Oh, and it's blocked by number 19, Will Cressetta. And the puck goes into the stands.
Good block there for Cressetta and Adamski, both giving themselves up. They both slid in front of the shooter from just inside the blue line. It was a good opportunity for St. Francis to perhaps, if the puck had gotten through, pick up some kind of deflection or get the loose rebound on a low shot. However, both players giving themselves up and taking the hard shot into their equipment. Cressetta did the job that time.
Right, and the puck deflected off a white player is why we have the face-off at the top of the circle. It is Shimaga for St. Francis. He loses the draw, goes back into the corner. Mike Murphy took a hard hit as he swipes at the puck. It's down in low. St. Joe's trying to get it out. They're battling for the puck. Wright tries in, and he gets caught. Now it's a 2-on-1 if he hurries. He gets it over. Here he goes. Oh, and he's hooked a little bit as he still gets a scoring opportunity away, and he misses the rebound. It goes back out of the zone. We have a delayed penalty on the call as Pohanzik will touch up and look for him to, as St. Joe's touches up the puck, and we will have a delayed call here on the St. Joe's team.
Just a tremendous save by Bronowski and a drive to the net by Worth for St. Joe's. I mean, Tom Worth really a great job splitting the defense and getting to the position to take the shot. And then on the rebound, Scott was right alongside the net. Larry Scott, he just couldn't get past. Look at this replay. There's the lead pass. He's going to get around through the defense right there. Tip shot towards the net, and there's Scott, and he just couldn't get a hold of it and get to the open side.
Looks like Maziarz did a good job of hooking him just enough not to get the scoring opportunity that he wanted.
And no penalty called, apparently.
The arm up was for Ison.
Wow.
Quick shot. Bronowski quick with the glove.
Majerski looking for his second goal of the game. He scored the last one, which is proven to be a huge one, as St. Francis had cut the margin to 3-1. Now it's 4-1, as Majerski really kind of set them back on their heels.
Golder and Collins on the draw. Collins wins it back to DiGiulio. There's a shot. Bronowski kicks it to the corner. Number 5 is Richard Crozier. He still has it behind the net. He's looking, jumps it deep. Number 21, that's Brian Majerski. Out in front, 12, he shoots. Oh, and Bronowski covers up as the loose puck deflected up, and he just gloved it.
Collins with the shot from just inside the face-off circle. Hey, let's go down and talk with Mr. Frank Panic, interviewed by Walter John Sears.
All right, I'm here with the president of the Western New York Varsity Hockey Federation, Frank Panic, who also doubles as the head coach of Timon St. Jude's Varsity Ice Hockey Program. And Frank, very successful, over 1,500 here.
Yes, we're very happy with the crowd we have here. We, with our executive board, we worked real hard to put this event together today, and it looks like it's been very successful.
Well, it looks like Buffalo State would be the site for future games then with this turnout?
Yes, we've been playing here all season long, and next season we're going to be in here a little bit more, and hopefully our playoffs will be in here also.
Tell us about the Hockey Federation. It's grown enormously in the past 10 years.
Well, it's the Federation itself is only 3 years old because the private schools are not in the Section 6, so we never really had an opportunity, and then the 4 public schools, 3 Williamsville and the Amherst School joined the Federation, and we became the federation with 8 schools, and it's a state like that, and hopefully we get some growth in it, and high school varsity hockey grows in the future.
You're looking to expand, and it could be a possibility.
Yes, it's up to the individual schools to apply to the league and come join the league, so we're hoping that happens and we get a little bit bigger.
And of course, Super Sunday coming up. Tell us about that quickly.
Well, this is our Super Sunday. We're used to be affiliated through the Sabres with the high school club hockey leagues, but for a number of different reasons, one being that we're a varsity sport and they're just a club league, and our executive board decided to have our own championship.
All right, one final question. Williamsville North and Williamsville South go on into the state.
That's correct. Next Saturday we have Section 6 is hosting the regionals for the states, and Williamsville North is going to be the Division I participant, and Williamsville South will be playing against Brockport in the Division II setting.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Frank.
Okay, thanks, Walt.
And our pleasure, Frank Panic, the president of the Western New York Varsity Hockey Federation, 3 years old and continuing to grow. And now back to the play.
During that sequence, we had Richard Crozier off 2 minutes and a half for cross-checking, but St. Francis unable to capitalize on that power play.
And one of the keys was the ability on the opening face-off immediately after the penalty call for St. Joe's to win the face-off, get control at the St. Francis blue line, and immediately fire the puck in the corner and force St. Francis to start over. Again, they had good positional play. They kept interrupting the opportunities for St. Francis, and when St. Francis finally got the puck into the St. Joe's zone, they were unable to get anything sustained going. The puck kept coming out as fast as it was going in.
And St. Joe's deep in their end. St. Francis forechecking. That's Rayum kicking in there. 11 is Scott Berry. Puck comes out. Kalanick will try and keep it in on the left boards. He goes in. He takes a heavy hit. Puck is still down low, around behind the net to DiGiulio. He'll let it go for number 2, Adamski. Adamski to DiGiulio. It's missed. Back in the neutral zone. Turnover. 22 is Shanahan. He's at the red line. He's intercepted by number 10, Chad Concianetti. And Kalanick will chase back the puck for St. Francis. He turns. Gets away from his check. It's back behind the net. There's Concianetti's centering attempt, broken up by Chad Spear as he comes around from behind his net, has trouble, kicks it up to his stick, misses the players, it's shot back in, no icing on the play. Bernowski will play it off the left boards. It'll go to Shamaga. Shamaga, oh, he gave it away to Majerski. He's walking in, oh, and a nice save by Bernowski after a giveaway.
Just a terrible, terrible cross-ice pass that Majerski stepped into and had the goaltender at his mercy. He decided to go upstairs and actually didn't pick a corner very clean. And Bernowski was able to come out and look at this play by Bernowski and pad into his left side of his chest, and he was able to cover it up immediately. And that's a good chance for St. Joe's. Majerski looking for a second goal, but again, St. Francis weathering the storm only through the efforts of Chuck Bernowski.
And we're at the midway point of the final period. 7:02 to go. 4-1 is our score. Back to the point. Number 7 is Goron. He takes a heavy hit. Down low, 2-on-1. It couldn't get through. Good play by Radchuk to intercept. 21 is Majerski. He battles along the boards there with number 19, Shamaga. Bernowski tries to hang onto it. He misses it. It's loose. Oh, here's a turnover. Oh, and a backhand, and Bernowski comes up with it. A nice save by Chuck Bernowski.
Chuck Bernowski, his own worst enemy a little bit on that play, as he was having a definite communication problem with the 2 defensemen. He thought about holding onto the puck on the initial effort and decided to tip it back out to one of his teammates. You see it right there as it comes out. Now watch the interception by St. Joe's players, and you see him reaching out, outstretched as far as you can possibly go, getting the stick down and the glove hand to cover it up. And again, keeping his team from falling behind by more than 3. But St. Francis not able to get out of their own end of the rink.
And the puck is won by St. Joe's. There goes Buckley. He's behind the net. And St. Francis breaks out. Looks like 2-on-2, maybe 2-on-3. And an offside call. 6:30 to go. 4-1 is our score.
Stepped in a little bit late as Brzezina on his right wing was in ahead of the play. Well, one thing for St. Francis is we look up and down their roster. They only have a handful or so of senior players, so their talent level will be there for the most part next year as well. And St. Joe's, on the other hand, the Marauders have a senior-dominated team. and they're going to lose a lot of their strength for next season.
12 seniors for St. Joe's, only 5 for St. Francis as St. Joe's goes around behind their own net. They stop off the left boards. Number 9, that's Tom Worth. He'll just clear it to open ice. Picking it up for St. Francis is number 16, number 18 rather, 22. That's Windrum. He intercepts, stops, looks, takes a look, gets it over to Worth. He leaves it. It goes out of the zone. St. Joe's will regroup. And number 11 is Brezina. He can't gain the zone. Hansen, he gets it in, shoots it in deep, and St. Francis will make a change. Heavy hit there in the corner. Interception by Fatty. He's knocked to the side. And number 4, Tom Buckley, just gets it out of harmless play. And number 15, Chad Spear, he gave it away to number 17 for St. Joe's. But Spear regroups, sends a pass out to Fatty. Off the boards to Kinsey Ora. He's in. 1-on-2. Trailer on the play. Kinsey Ora down low. He's being hauled down from behind, it looks like. Oh, and a nice try to get it in front. Here comes a slap shot. It didn't get through. Pohanczyk, I think, got a piece of that.
He sure did. He came out a long way to cut the angle down. DeGiulio really fighting with Teft in behind the net. And it was a player dump for St. Francis in the slot area, and he thought he might have been able to get the call. But no call made by the official. Would have been a power play opportunity for St. Francis.
A lot of hitting going on here. 5:07 to go. A lot of clutching and grabbing. Things are getting tense down here with the game on the line, the championship. St. Joe's intercepts. Collins gets it right in front. A cross-ice pass. Oh, and it's missed. And Bernowski hangs on.
Another opportunity. They went back and forth right through the slot, both sides. And the puck coming free in front of the net before Bernowski is able to stop the action and hold things in place. Kenzora mixing it up behind the play, well behind the play, in the offensive zone for St. Francis with one of the St. Joe's players in front of the St. Joe's bench. Well, there you see the shots on goal. St. Joe's really starting to assert themselves here as the shots at one point were 21-20 in favor of St. Francis.
Right, and look for the play to get a little chippier if St. Francis can't score a goal here.
Well,
Number 7 is Steve Goron. He loses it in the corner. Comes back around to Ryan Shanahan.
Side winger, fellas.
We have a whistle. Looks like we'll have coincidental penalties. Chuck Seaver quick on there.
You gotta be the winger.
Chuck Wright mixing it up there, number 12 for St. Francis behind the plate. And we'll go down to the bench area now and pick up some of the words to his team from head coach John Bowers of St. Francis. Working with his assistant. In behind the net, 4:46 to go in this third period. And things getting quite bleak now for the St. Francis Red
Puck goes
Raiders.
in our zone. I want you hanging, okay?
And that's referee Brian Panik set to drop the puck outside the St. Francis zone. He is the son of Frank Panik, who you heard from a little bit earlier. The league president also has a brother Gary, who's an official. Puck is dropped. It's in the neutral zone. St. Joe's just working it in. They'll shoot it in. That's Toole. Number 5 is Ratchuk in front of his own net. Gets it to Hansen. It's off the boards. They lose control. St. Joe's brings it out, tries to regroup. St. Joe's doing a good job just controlling the play, holding on to possession of the puck, not giving it away. Here comes St. Joe's. Oh, and they lost it. Here comes Fatty. High shot, nowhere near anyone. That faceoff will come outside as it didn't touch anyone.
But also, Chris, that's all right,
Shot
Chris.
out of the rink,
Good, buddy,
actually
good
up
hustle.
underneath the balcony area along the far side.
Way to step in, Chris.
And the face-off will come back into the zone just outside the face-off area.
All right, Ryan.
Some discussion up here at our broadcast location about the player of the game, most valuable player.
Maybe a little premature on the draw. Ratchuk reaches in. He loses it. Here comes St. Joe's. There's Buckley. He muscles down. He's taken away. A good play. Oh, 14. Hansen did a good job of tying him up, and Buckley responded with a swing as things get mixed up down low in the corner. St. Joe's, there's Hansen. He just sends it out of the zone. Harmless pass. There's Shamaga trying to get it. He can't. It jumps over the stick of Buxton. St. Joe's just dishes it back into the zone. Turning, dumping it low. And number 14 is Kevin Hansen. He took down number 9. That's Tom Worth. Puck comes out the neutral zone, back into the zone. It's waved good. St. Joe's player didn't know it as St. Francis regroups. A little scrambly down there. And 17, that's Maziarz. He'll try to flip it out as St. Francis has a hanger on the blue line. They need 3 goals here to tie it up with 3.5 minutes to go. And we have a stoppage.
Chamaga really mixing it up at the center ice area with Murphy. Big Murphy, Mike Murphy, 6'2", 200-pounder. And Murphy slowly getting up and taking a long, hard look Got the St. Francis player Mike Teft on the play. The official sending Murphy off the ice, though, to cool off a little bit. Well, we're into some discussion between yourself, myself, and our official statistician, Don Klawan, and our director, Dave Diaz, to the player of the game. We're still undecided.
And St. Joe's loses the draw. It goes over to number 19. That's Shamaga. He centers it. No one there. Back to the point is Chris Roswell. He loses it. Oh, and Majerski couldn't gain it. And a nice play by number 5. That's Richard Crozier. He takes a heavy hit. Number 7, Chris Roswell, backhands it to the right board. Shamago harmlessly clears it over the zone. The hanger there is Kevin Golder for St. Francis, straddling the blue line. As Mike Tepp goes back for the puck. Takes a heavy hit with Crozier. It looks like Tepp got the better of Crozier there. Look for a boarding call or a cross-check.
Well, Chad Spear's in there, and he's throwing the punches after he dropped the stick, and Chad Spear might get a double minor out of this, as he came in with the boarding call or the high stick or his checking or cross-checking, whatever it is, he's going off, and then he was bumping with another player in after the play. Well, you see the injured player coming off is Corsetta. We'll see the conclusion of it as the boom, the right hand comes out and really dumps the St. Joe's player. So I think that's going to be a major or a double minor penalty. We'll wait for the officials to call. They're still over at the near bench. Well,
Jake.
We have Super Sunday coming up, and for all of you people who've enjoyed the hockey coverage on Adelphia Cable this season, we've got a little bit more coming your way, and that'll be coming to you from Buffalo State College. And we have 3 games scheduled. Beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning, it'll be the Explorers. Explorer Club, their championship at 9 a.m., followed by Western New York Club Hockey at 11 a.m., and then the Southtowns will conclude our coverage with a 1 p.m. start. That's Super Sunday, March 6th at Buffalo State College, and you can catch it all on Adelphia Cable Sports.
Well, Frank, as you called it, the double minor to Chad Spear, and that should just about do it for St. Francis as they call their timeout.
I hope he did.
So we're going to hear John Bowers with his concluding comments to his team as they're going to be shorthanded for the remainder of this game, likely with 2:48 to go. St. Joe's will be able to maintain positional play. Let's join John Bowers.
We're going to go and give 100%. That was a little pussy cake like you're going to put some powder on his ass for him or something, all right? Now, look. What I didn't want, guys, is us being frustrated and at the end saying, well, we're losers, so we're gonna just run somebody. A minute and a half cross-check. You know, it's not what we're all about. You guys took care of business in about the first 5 minutes of the game to show what you could do. We got behind, we didn't respond well. Okay? When we did get the chances, we didn't put them in. So what? I don't want anybody going out here now acting like a clown, being a jerk. All right? I want to try to put the puck in the net until that 2:48 is up.
Come on, don't give up.
Okay?
Win the period. Come on.
Now look, here's what I want. Come here. Here's what I want. Give me this. Give me Chris Roswell. Give me Bobby Kalenic. Okay? Chris Roswell, Bobby Kalenic, Teddy Kenziora, Mike Tepp. And that's it. Let's go.
Okay, and the officials get over to the bench to break up the St. Francis huddle, and some nice comments made there by John Bowers to his team to maintain their composure. A young team, and so it certainly will be making a run at this thing again next year.
Exactly, and John Bowers, I'm sure, putting out the players that he knows won't do anything stupid out there with the game probably already decided. A face-off to Bronowski's right. Referee Gary Panic set to drop the puck, waiting for Kalanick to hit his chin strap there. He's all set. There's the face-off, and St. Joe's wins. Goes over to Julio. Julio, nice pass in the middle. It's missed. It's all deflected off the stick into the neutral zone.
Well, I'm going to cast my vote, Mark, as St. Joe's looks to regroup here to start this power play again. I'm going to say Buckley, because of the shorthanded goal that gave his team a 3-0 lead. That would seem to be the backbreaker.
Sounds like a good pick to me, Frank. As St. Joe's gets in the zone, there's Cressetta. It deflects off Kalanick deep. And Cressetta dumps it around the corner. That's number 10. That's Concianetti. Goes to Julio, over to the opposite point. Shot just dumped in. No luck getting through. 27, that's Ken Ziora. And we have a whistle. It's a high sticking call. Bring the face-off, depending on who it's against, all the way down.
It's against St. Joe's, so they're going to bring the face-off outside the zone. And Tom Buckley, who scored the opening goal of the game in the first period, is going to be our player of the game, number 4 for the St. Joe's Marauders. And mainly we're giving it to him not only for that outstanding play, but his ability on the face-offs and also scoring the shorthanded goal when St. Francis was trailing 2-0. They had a power play going for him. Buckley intercepts the puck at the blue line, takes it all the way up ice, and has a beautiful goal beating the goaltender Bronowski between the legs for the third goal. That was a huge one. And look at his playoff work this year after a great scoring season. 4 goals, 2 assists in the playoffs alone.
And of course, Buckley with some early hard hits on Mike Teff, maybe neutralizing him. And the puck is just laying in the neutral zone. There's number 4, Buckley. He just dumps it in with 1:56 to go. Number 5, Radchuk, he sends it around the boards. 22 is Shanahan. He takes a look off the boards into the neutral zone. There'll be no icing here. St. Francis is short. 4, there's Buckley. We talked about him, player of the game. Has the puck behind his own net. They regroup, maybe try for one more goal here. And that went through. A nice play, and Bronowski will hang on.
Radchuk protecting his goaltender there, number 5, getting to stick up a little bit on Tom Worth, who's driving towards the net.
Just a little over a minute and a half to go here in the game, and let's also give some credit to the St. Joe's goaltender, Gene Pohanchik, who next to Buckley could have possibly been our player of the game.
Yes, he did a very fine job. He faced some shots, did a good job early in the game when there was St. Francis pressure, and some of those big saves were, in fact, extraordinary saves, but I'll tell you what, you got to score goals to win hockey games, and we'll give it to Buckley for that great effort. Pohanchik was right there with him, though.
And Pohanchik stops it behind the net. St. Joe's will regroup, try to get it out of the zone. There's a right wing pass. He's taken down, regrouped. 6 is Dan Toole. He has it. He takes it in deep, dumps it back behind for Crozier. Leaves it on the board for Collins. Collins is intercepted by Kalanick. He just dumps it out of the zone. Minute 5 to go. Third period. 4-1 is our score. Collins for St. Joe's in his own end. Sends it to the right boards. Back to the middle. St. Joe's just looking, maintaining control. And Crozier will shoot it in. Goes back behind the net. Number 21, that's Brian Majerski. We hear the horn sounding. 45 seconds to go. Here comes Bob Kalanick for St. Francis. And there it's out of the zone. He takes a hit from Crozier. And St. Joe's will just send it back in. And it's an icing call with 34 seconds to go. Again, 4-1 is our score.
Mike Teff and Mike Murphy for St. Joe's. A little pat on the back for both players as they had a heavy hit along the blue line or the center red line and just kind of broke it up as the officials skated over, and they congratulated each other on a fine season. Good look at the bench area there. John Mickler and his team looking to take this game here and win the championship in 1994, the Western New York Hockey Federation Championship.
This will be a back-to-back championship for St. Joe's, under 30 seconds to play. Oh, a nice pass. And Concinetti, he comes in, he just misses as it goes around behind the boards. Windrum tries to throw it on deep. It's intercepted by Crosetta. He takes it down his own end with 17 seconds to go. He'll just dump it over to his partner, Windrum. Windrum goes back behind his net. 10 seconds to go as we count it down here. Windrum back behind the net to Concinetti. Concinetti for 3, 2, 1, and it's all over. St. Joe's are champions again. The final score, 4-1.
St. Francis meeting at their goaltender, Chuck Bronowski, and obviously a great game for them as well. A very young team. A lot of sophomores, a couple of freshmen, and a sprinkling of juniors as you see the St. Joe's team go over to meet some of their spectators and fans along the far side there. And in fact, they broke the glass over there, so somebody's going to have to pay for that.
Not a surprise.
A little too excited over there, the St. Joe's players, as they've won their championship and the traditional handshake greeting out at center ice. Congratulations to John Mickler and the St. Joe's team, and of course to Tom Buckley, who we voted as our player of the game. Well, I think it's time to break away, and we'll come back with our concluding comments and statistics and all the good things we have to tell you about. We'll come back in just a moment. The final score, it was St. Joe's 4 and St. Francis 1. Stay tuned.
There's something I need you to give someone. It won't cost you anything or take a lot from you. It won't be difficult to give, at least most of the time. What it will be is special. That something is friendship. And that someone is waiting.
Well, there you see the final score. The St. Joe's Marauders 4 and the St. Francis Red Raiders 1 in this championship in the Western New York Varsity Federation. Let's go down ringside with our player of the game and Walter John Sears.
And we're with our player of the game, senior Tom Buckley. Tom, congratulations. 2 goals and outstanding effort.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well, this was a big grudge match. They beat you earlier in the year 2-1. You beat them 4-2, an empty netter. This one you got it in control pretty early.
Well, Coach had us prepared for a big game, came out. Puck bounced our way early in the first period, came out, we were up 3-0 after 1, and the ball just kept rolling.
Well, you're not only an outstanding hockey player, you're an outstanding baseball player, you're a football quarterback, so you're a well-rounded athlete. You're 6'2" and 205, and that's good size.
Helps me handle myself out there.
What about as far as the rivalry here between these two teams? The crowd really got into it.
Well, kids at school kept us in the game, you know. A lot of fan support came out to the game. We had our section down there, kept us in the game. They were loud, made things enjoyable playing. The week at school before the game was big. Everyone psyched up, ready to play. Principal was here, Vice Principal Mr. Scott. We were ready to play.
Well, it was 0-0 for a while. You jumped in front 1-0, was 2-0. Then the back-breaking goal, your third goal, described that, a short-handed goal.
Well, when you're chewing a penalty, the best thing to do is get the puck out of the zone. I got lucky, got out in front of the defenseman and cut across in front of the net. Chucky, their goaltender, I went between his legs, puck hit the back of the net, fortunately.
And when you're up 3-0, they made it 3-1 when you got the fourth goal. That pretty much cemented it, Tom.
Well, guys sensed the victory. Just kept banging on it, kept the puck in deep. It was a real good run that effort from the team.
All right, good luck in your collegiate career wherever you may decide to go. Good luck in your AAA BA baseball over the summer. That's a tough league. Good luck to you.
Thanks a lot.
And our player of the game, Thomas Buckley, the senior, and good luck to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, sir.
And we'll be back with more right after this.
There are questions anybody, and questions nobody can answer. Then there are all those questions in between. Important questions your academic, school, or public librarian can help you answer when nobody else can. Any questions?
Well, the final score, the St. Joe's Marauders win it over the St. Francis Red Raiders 4-1 to capture the Western New York Varsity Federation Ice Hockey Championship. Walter John Sears along with Frank Stewart and Mark Gerard. And Mark, the statistics in this game will show that St. Joe's did dominate this game.
Right, and as we go to our board here, we will see that the statistics for goals, of course, we had the final score. It was 4-1 for St. Joe's, the final score. Shots in favor of St. Joe's. Shooting percentage, again, in favor of St. Joe's at 11-5%, and of course the shots 37-21. Face-offs 32-22, St. Joe's. Checks now, St. Francis had the edge in checks, 28-21, and the penalty minutes were even at 12, and of course the power play ineffective here today at 0-4.
Mark Jagger, thank you very much. The stats indicate that St. Joe's did dominate the game. They won the game. They really were never headed after that. They grabbed the 3-0 lead.
Right, there was never a chance. St. Francis had the one goal, but they got in a little penalty trouble. And here's a replay of one of the goals.
And that's the second goal of the game. That's scored by Crozier as he takes a shot from just inside the face-off circle. That comes at 9:38 of the second period after Buckley scored early. Then Buckley scores again on a shorthanded opportunity. That was a backbreaker. That built the lead to a score of 3-0. Oh, pardon me. This is Buckley coming in all alone. Look at this breakaway as he beats the goaltender between the pads. That gives his team a 3-0 lead over the St. Francis team. St. Francis does work hard, though, as they work into the second period. And at 3:58, the backhand shot scored by Fatty as the assist goes to Ryan Shanahan, and a great setup play there for that goal for St. Francis. Now, St. Francis does give up the puck, however. Right out in front it comes, and it's Majerski. Brian Majerski getting his first goal of the game here, and Brian Majerski had an outstanding playoff sequence for the St. Joe's team as Majerski then continued on. He played a couple of good defensive shifts, and he had another great opportunity at a breakaway, just couldn't cash that one in. But Brian Majerski was hustling all over the ice. St. Joe's had the spirit tonight. They had the spark in their skates. I mean, they were really flying back and forth, and they they really thwarted St. Francis after taking a lot of early hits.
And they did what they had to do, Mark and Frank. They got off to an early lead, and St. Francis is not the type of team to come back from a 3-0 deficit against a team like St. Joe's.
Exactly right. St. Joe's with that senior-dominated team, Mark, they got the big win when they had to because these guys are now no longer playing, and they got the best out of those players.
Right, and I think St. Joe's went up 3-0 in last year's championship game, and the final score ended up 5-3.
And we had an excellent consolation game, too. Williamsville South defeated the Canisius team 4-3 on a late goal, and it was a 3-3 tie late, and they won the consolation game. The upcoming game, Super Sunday, March 6th at Buffalo State College, the Explorer Championship at 9 a.m., the Western New York Club at 11 a.m., and the Southtown title at 1 p.m. Be there. You can be there at Buffalo State. Come on early. Leave your house about 7:30 in the morning. Get a cup of coffee and get a good seat, Mark, because seats are going to go fast here. This was almost a capacity crowd for this one, so I'm sure it's going to be loaded for Super Sunday.
Oh, it sure will. And again, we said what a beautiful arena it is here. It's climate controlled, and I can't think of a better arena to have the games played.
We have to say so long. So a fine job, Frank Stewart, Mark Jagger. This is Walter John Sears for David D., our producer, and our executive producer, Rick Carnett, and the rest of our outstanding crew at Adelphia Cable. And the final score in the championship game, the St. Joe's Marauders 4 and the St. Francis Red Raiders 1. Have a good night, everyone, and we hope you enjoyed the broadcast.